welcome back to the We Are City channel. Manchester City versus Arsenal, first versus second. Probably some of the biggest games of the City season so far, if not the biggest game so far. A lot of people in the comments so far, that's great to see. 88% of you so far have voted in prediction of a Manchester City win. We've got Jack here, Asteroid Meteor, Ajden, Elmo, Jack Wilson, saying they can't wait to see how we all perform together in the City FC career mode, which is coming pretty soon, isn't it? If you are a member, Asteroid Meteor, who is a We Are City membership club member. City versus Arsenal is a big game, isn't it? Mikel Arteta, former Manchester City manager, or assistant manager, takes on Manchester City with his Arsenal side top of the table. Alexander Zinchenko, ex-Manchester City player, starts for Arsenal. City's starting 11 is as follows on your screen right now. Ederson starts in goal for Manchester City today. It's a back three or perhaps a back four. We'll talk about that and how things went against the previous game for City. So against Aston Villa, Diaz at the centre of back three, it looks like, with Nathan Ake and Kyle Walker either side. A midfield four of Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri, Bernardo Silva and Kevin De Bruyne. And then for Manchester City, a front three of Jack Grealish, Riyad Mahrez and Erling Haaland. That is City's front three today. Grealish keeps his place, so does Haaland, so does Mahrez, so does Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Rodri, De Bruyne, Diaz, Walker, Ederson, all from that Villa game. One change, which is Nathan Ake coming in for Aymeric Laporte. Do you agree with that change? Some people might not. Some people might think Laporte should have stayed in that side. Now, I said back three, back four. We could see Bernardo Silva playing a sort of, I don't know, left-back, centre midfield role, which he played in that game against Aston Villa, where City came out 3-1 winners. You had a real intense, exciting first half, but the second half really wasn't that, was it? Flavius, We Are City member here. Good to have you here. I like this back three because our fullbacks is much more attacking side. Yeah, I mean, we don't have fullbacks really, do we, at Manchester City at the moment? Kyle Walker certainly is an attacking fullback. Rico Lewis, in Pep Guardiola's eyes, seems to be a fullback who dips into the midfield. And then left-back wise, they don't exist at Manchester City, do we? I mean, Sergio Gomez perhaps, but I don't think he's really considered that. Arsenal go with a strong side as well. I'd say from, on paper, Arsenal's strongest starting 11, they're only missing probably two players from that. Thomas Partey, unfit today to be in the Arsenal side. And the same goes for Gabriel Jesus. So no Partey, no Jesus. It is Aaron Ramsdale in goal. The only one change that I was surprised at in this Arsenal side, I suppose a third player that you could say is missing from Arsenal's strongest starting 11, is Tomiyasu comes in for Ben White at right back. It's William Saliba, Gabriel and Alexander Zinchenko making it the back four with Tomiyasu. Midfield three of new signing Jorginho, who makes his first Premier League start as an Arsenal player, alongside Martin Odegaard, captain, and Granit Xhaka in the midfield three. And it's Bukayo Saka on the right up against Nathan Ake today, Martinelli on the left up against Kyle Walker, and Eddie Nketiah against Ruben Diaz through the middle. Ashton thinks that Gomez is not as good as a left back as Mahrez. He's probably better in that position. Jack Wilson's happy Diaz is back. I'm happy Diaz is back as well, Jack. I think City have missed his solidity, his leadership on the field, haven't we? And he's just, you know, Diaz might not be the sort of player that we see John Stones is on the ball, that Manuel Akanji perhaps is on the ball, or Ake or Walker to an extent. Ruben Diaz is an out-and-out defender, and at the moment I think we need that. And in the heart of a defence that is playing in a very expansive side, I think Diaz fits very well. Anyways, better than Gomez is Flavius, but Elmo thinks Gomez deserves a start soon. Well, unfortunately, Elmo, I'm with the other guys here. I wouldn't start Sergio Gomez at all in any games, at all. I think Pep Guardiola is pretty much set on this three at the back now, and that is the way we're going to see City play for the rest of the season. Ashton says Johnny's injured, but they have so much injury problem. Yeah, I mean, Stones has got a really bad injury record, hasn't he? And that just seems to continue time and time again. We are 10 minutes away from kickoff here. The game is on Amazon Prime to watch. Of course, you can also watch this game wherever you are across the world and listen to us as commentary. Turn down the audio, listen to us on commentary, or if you can't watch this game and you just want to listen to it, then you can listen to me. We'll keep you up to date with all the action and all the ongoing in the game of Manchester City versus Arsenal. So key battles there in those two starting 11s. From looking at those two teams, you have to say that Arsenal's front three against City's back three is going to be a key battle. Nketiah against Diaz, Saka against Ake, and Kyle Walker against Martinelli. But Bernardo Silva, Jack Grealish, De Bruyne, Mahrez need to help out their centre-back / full-backs on those wide sides of the defence, because Arsenal are very attacking. And when they do go out, and sort of go into that space in the wide areas to try and help out the defender / full-back, then you're going to find the likes of Martin Odegaard and Granit Xhaka finding space. Alexander Zinchenko is going to come into midfield, of course, from left-back. City know that so well, and play the intricate passes, play the creative passes over the top. And I think this is going to be tactically a very, very interesting game against two very good sides. Ellen says Pep should play Gomez in the Rico role, like in the FA Cup. Yeah, I don't think he'll do. Maybe, I think Gomez might play against Bristol City, which comes up in not too long away. But other than that, I just don't see him playing. I think even Pep Guardiola has lost faith in Sergio Gomez, and they realised that that was an experiment to try, bring in a shrewd signing on a cheap deal, and it's turned out not so well. He's not very good, is he? He's not a fullback. I think that's the true thing, isn't it? I think that's the true thing. He's just not a fullback. He's a midfielder. He's a winger, and maybe he can play the Rico Lewis role. But I think once then he's asked to defend, that's where he really struggles. He doesn't want to defend because this just not his game, is it, Sergio Gomez? And that has been very, very clear. Ridai, is it hello to you, Ridai? Some people have been mentioning the City FC career mode. That will start in, a week's time? Just a week and 2 days. The 24th of February. Friday the 24th of February. If you are We Are City member, the City FC career mode will start. I'm going to try and drop a trailer. I think by the end of this week, the start of next week, I'm going to put a trailer together for you guys to enjoy as we take our voyage towards the Premier League. But today, we concentrate on this City versus Arsenal fixture. First versus second. Are City going to win it? Are City going to win this game? I am not quite sure Are City going to win this one. It's going to be a tough one. I'd like to be positive. I want to stay positive and say that Manchester City are going to do really well. But you just don't know, do you? You just don't know if City are going to turn up today and do things the way you expect them to do it. I think, judging by starting 11, I think City are going to be under a lot of pressure counter-attack wise. I think Arsenal, obviously a good counter-attacking side, are going to attack City. Ridai says I'm predicting a 3-2 win. 3-2 win, Ridai. That's a game of goals. You're usually quite good at these predictions, aren't you, Ridai? Keep your predictions coming in if you've also got a prediction. Flavius is very confident. He thinks we're going to kill it today. So we'll have to see. I'm very 50-50 on this one. Something tells me that City are going to get absolutely rinsed in the counter-attack. And it's not going to be enjoyable because of that. Something tells me that City might come out here and put in a storm performance and just frustrate everyone. But judging by the way City have been playing this season, and judging by the way that City in the big moments have failed to turn up, I'm feeling it's like this might just be another one of those big moments that City failing. Arsenal to open, but then 3 goals, 1 Haaland pen, a Mahrez shot, and a Kevin De Bruyne one as well, says Flavius. Well, that is a pretty bold prediction. I mean, Ridai's gone very bold as well with a 3-2. Ashton says we'll trash them. And Asteroid says, I'm thinking a... Halfway through there, what are you thinking, Asteroid? Jaron says, it's just about the result today. I don't care how we perform today. The result is much more important. That is very true. That is very true, Jack. Just a win, and we'll take it. Well, Ashton's thinking a 1-0 win and a Nathan Ake goal. Just might be right there. Asteroid has gone for a 2-1 win. Ridai thinks a Mahrez pen, a Haaland goal, and a Rodri goal. Well, obviously, Mahrez took the penalty, didn't he, this weekend against Aston Villa. Pep Guardiola asked after the game because there was a bit of conflict between Mahrez and Haaland, and Haaland was all smiles after he scored the goal. Pep Guardiola said that Haaland is the penalty taker. He doesn't know why Mahrez took it, but he'll speak to them. I think Haaland did want to take it. We'll have to see. Well, there's a light show here at the Emirates before kick-off. I think this is Arsenal's biggest game in, 20 years at the Emirates? Probably their biggest game in a very long time. Because this is perhaps a title decider. Perhaps, but they have got to face City again. They have got to face City again here. This game will not be decided purely on, just today. He won't be decided the title on today's game because, it wouldn't surprise me if City went and beat Arsenal today, went and beat Arsenal the next one at the Etihad, and then lost other games and dropped points and still didn't win the league. That is obviously still a possibility for Manchester City. Flavius said I'd say it allowed him to take it because he's smiling, hugging Mahrez afterwards. Possibly. Possibly, I think Rodri wanted to take it, didn't he, at one point? Ashton says Mahrez scored against Martinez, though called king of penalties. I believe in him for penalties from now on. I mean, the way Mahrez took that penalty, if I'm entirely honest with you, I thought it was an absolutely wonderful height. An absolute wonderful height for the goalkeeper if he'd gone the right way, which was worrying. And there wasn't much power on it. Ridai says also good news. My ACL surgery was really successful. That's great news to hear, Ridai. Hopefully, not too long now before you're recovered and you're back on the pitch once again. Manchester City in the tunnel here. Captain Ilkay Gundogan. Have a little chat with the mascot there. That's very nice of him. Erling Haaland's got pure game face on here. He looks very, very focused, does Erling Haaland, for this one. He is ready to go out there and surely put in an incredible performance. But he can only put in a performance, Erling Haaland, for Pep Guardiola's side, if he is found, if the players pass to him, because they don't seem to find him. Nathan Ake applauds the team. Out comes City in the tunnel. Haaland stands on the wall and stands at the back of this City team as they walk out. They know how big this fixture is. They know how massive this is. It's about time we got one of those unbeaten runs. It's bound to happen, says Flavius. Well, I hope that unbeaten run starts today. Out come the two sides at the Emirates here. The atmosphere, massive. City versus Arsenal. Top of the table clashing first versus second. City know this is one of those big, big moments. And can they perform one of these big, big moments? We'll have to see. It is City's biggest game of the season so far. Will they crumble under the pressure? Will Arsenal start to crumble under the pressure? The hunger is there from Arsenal. Pep Guardiola has said it many a times now. Arsenal are without a league title in so long. They are hungry to win this game. They are hungry to win the title. More hungry than Manchester City, who have been champions so many times before. Handshakes with Captain Ilkay Gundogan. The teams are on the screen. Arsenal have the likes of Reece Nelson, Fabio Vieira, Trossard, Holding, Kewell, White, Tierney and Turner on the bench. It's Zinchenko, Gabriel, Saliba and Tomiyasu. The back four in front of goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale for the Gunners. In midfield, starting his first Premier League game, is Jorginho, supported by Granit Xhaka and captain Martin Odegaard. And then the very exciting attacking young trio of Gabriel Martinelli, Eddie Nketiah and Bukayo Saka is the front three for Arsenal. Well, this is my opinion. Sané, Aguero and Sterling would have been still destroying all these teams. Yeah, I mean, we missed those players in their prime. Like Flavius says there, I'm not sure about Sterling anymore. I mean, he can't even get Sterling's side. I mean, Aguero, he plays in the Kings League every now and again, but maybe he's still better than Raheem Sterling at the moment. So, big difference for Manchester City, like Ridai said there. Diaz back in the side, back in that defence is Ruben Diaz to solidify that Manchester City side, perhaps. City start with goalkeeper and Brazilian Ederson in there today, who came under some criticism after the goal conceded against Aston Villa. He did make 2 good saves in that game, but the goal scored, I thought he was pretty much a statue at the back. The back three for City, Kyle Walker, Ruben Diaz and Nathan Ake. Retains his place, Ake, after being left out the side for Aymeric Laporte against Aston Villa at home. Bernardo Silva, Ilkay Gundogan, Rodri and Kevin De Bruyne in the midfield four. It is Jack Grealish, Riyad Mahrez and Erling Haaland, the front three. On the bench for City, we've got the likes of Ortega, Phillips, Laporte, Julian Alvarez, Sergio Gomez, Manuel Akanji, Phil Foden, Cole Palmer and Rico Lewis. Pep Guardiola's side pretty much at full strength, you'd say, barring John Stones, who's out injured. Other than that, we don't really have any key players out injured at the moment. Everyone's in there. The name Joao Cancelo comes to mind, who was dragged at half-time in the Bayern Munich PSG game. Off he came for then Kingsley Coman, who played in his position, who went on to score the winner. Akanji, did he work? He did well, but Diaz is one different level, even Laporte. Yeah, I agree with that, Ridai. I think Manuel Akanji is obviously a good player, but I want Diaz and Laporte in there every day of the week ahead of Akanji. I think they're certainly better. Certainly better. So a handshake from Pep Guardiola and Mikel Arteta on the sidelines. A little smile between the two as their two teams go to war. Man City in the blue. Arsenal in the red. Emirates Stadium is ready for the game of the Premier League season so far. Probably the most important game in terms of who is going to be a title winner. City win today and they go top of that Premier League table, of course, with Arsenal still with a game in hand. And that still means there's a lot to play for. Erling Haaland stretches himself, makes Martin Odegaard laugh there, Erling Haaland, before kickoff. And we're underway. City versus Arsenal. Let's go, guys. This is absolutely massive, isn't it? Here's Nathan Ake. City firmly in a back three here. With Bernardo Silva in a midfield two alongside Rodri. Ake. Arsenal heavy pressing straight away. Ederson, no nonsense, long up the field towards Erling Haaland against Saliba, who wins the header. Only as far as Tomiyasu, who does keep it in and sends it back to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Ramsdale calmly across to Brazilian Gabriel. Heavy touch by Gabriel and into Zinchenko. You can feel the tension in the air in this game immediately. Jorginho, Martinelli, big sliding challenge by Kyle Walker, and Martinelli wins the ball all the way through to Ramsdale, who quickly throws it out to right back Tomiyasu. Arsenal are known for pretty good starts, aren't they? That is what they have in this Premier League season. They seem to start rapidly, and when they don't, that is where they tend to struggle. But I mean, Arsenal, in the 5 games since the start of the new year in 2023, they've dropped points in 3 of those games. So that is something to keep an eye on. 1-1 with Brentford, 1-0 to Everton, and they also drew 0-0 at home as well. I can't remember who it was. Oh, Kyle Walker's lost it here, and a bad position to Gabriel Martinelli. Martinelli into Nketiah. Nketiah steps inside, shoots, blocked by Diaz. Granit Xhaka on the shot, and sends it miles over the bar. But that is very sloppy from Kyle Walker at right back, who looks to be slowing down in his development as a footballer, stagnating very quickly at the moment. This season's made Ridai a massive fan of Nathan Ake. Rightfully so. Top player is Ake. Arsenal fans chanting at Ederson here, asking him to hurry up. Walker. Wide to Riyad Mahrez, under pressure from Zinchenko and Gabriel. Gabriel through the back of Riyad Mahrez. And it's a free kick for Manchester City. Gabriel apologises to Mahrez. The Arsenal fans there were having a go at Mahrez, asking that he dived. Martinelli stood in front of the ball here. And he's lucky he hasn't got a yellow card there, Gabriel Martinelli. He's literally stood in front of the ball, meaning City can't take the free kick. And I don't know why Martinelli's done that. Now City are going to take the time to take the free kick. I don't blame them. No wonder City have done that. Martinelli stood in front of the ball. What more can he ask for? Kyle Walker. I mean, Arsenal wanting City to hurry up there with the free kick, but Martinelli stood in front of it, stopping De Bruyne from taking it initially. So, you want us to slow down and then speed up? You know, it's not all about you, Arsenal. We can't always play at your pace. Rodri into Ruben Diaz here. City play out from the back. Diaz on the right-hand side of the defence. Lofted forward into Haaland. Gabriel is there. Down to Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne under pressure from Granit Xhaka. And De Bruyne runs it out for a throw into Arsenal. Well, De Bruyne tends to have a pretty storming performance at Anfield, doesn't he? Got a good record there, KDB. Let's hope we see that today. Ridai says this is literally the formation I use in my FIFA career mode, really attacking. Well, it is very attacking from City, isn't it? Very attacking. Here is Gabriel. Saliba. Tomiyasu. Saliba, who didn't win a single aerial duel against Ivan Toney in that game against Brentford. Tomiyasu. Back to Saliba. On to Gabriel. Arsenal in a back three shape as well, actually. Zinchenko in the middle. And it's Tomiyasu, Gabriel, and Saliba in their back three. Ødegaard's drifted out to this right-hand side. Martin Ødegaard. Saliba, very flexible in their shape, Arsenal. Every single player, all over the place. Saliba, in space to Tomiyasu. Arteta says go forward into Bukayo Saka. Nketiah. Nketiah out to Ødegaard. Ball in behind here. Is a free kick apparently. Anthony Taylor picks up on a foul by Ruben Diaz or Rodri. It's Diaz on Nketiah, I think. Just catches the feet of Eddie Nketiah. It's a silly one to give away from Diaz. And a free kick goes Arsenal's way. Need to improve there, Diaz. No need to be making those sorts of challenges. A very late one. Gives Arsenal a good free kick set piece position here. Martin Ødegaard, Norwegian captain of Arsenal, is over it. City hold an incredibly high line here. Diaz, Rodri in there. Ederson shouting some instructions towards his teammates. Imagine if Tony Antonio strike partnerships, Ridai. That would be illegal, probably. Tony's brilliant in the air, isn't he? Arsenal. Chance here. Ødegaard clips into the near post. Kevin De Bruyne heads it away. Only as far as Martinelli. Martinelli under pressure from De Bruyne. Grealish gets out to him. Ødegaard. It's a crossing by Ødegaard. It's completely sliced off the left boot of Ødegaard. It looks like it's going to the box. Instead, it flies behind for a throw-in on City's right-hand side of the field here. That was poor from Martin Ødegaard in his current standards. One of the best players for Arsenal this season. Throwing for Kyle Walker. Walker to take the throw in. Andrew Buckley's gone with a 1-0. He's seen the first 5 minutes and then decided to put his prediction in. Mahrez. Over top to Haaland, who's beat Gabriel to it. Foot race between Haaland and Gabriel here. Erling Haaland skipped past Gabriel. Haaland still in behind to Riyad Mahrez. City with a chance here. Mahrez pulls it back. Cleared away, but good play by Haaland. Walker quickly on Gabriel Martinelli. Can't keep it in. But good play from Erling Haaland there. Sat down Gabriel. Played in Mahrez in behind. Down this right hand side, Haaland. Away from Gabriel. Takes him on. Beats him. Drops him. Ball into Mahrez, who I think was just onside here. As Haaland skipped away from the challengers, Zinchenko. Haaland then straight to the side of Xhaka. Haaland wasn't up for running round Granit Xhaka, just decided to just run through him. Walker with the header here. Mahrez against Xhaka. De Bruyne in there. Kevin De Bruyne. Pushed over by Xhaka. And no free kick apparently. Throwing goes Arsenal's way. Gabriel. Saliba. Martin Odegaard. Back he goes to Tomiyasu. Saliba finds Zinchenko in a central position. He goes out wide to Tomiyasu once more. Wide to Bukayo Saka. Tackled by Bernardo Silva who wins it. Jack Grealish skips across the challenges. Grealish, he's got Haaland in the box here. Grealish through to Mahrez. Wonderful interception by Granit Xhaka. City could have scored there. I thought City were about to score there. Grealish puts the ball through the legs here of the opposition player. It nearly finds its way through to Riyad Mahrez. Just doesn't find its way through to Riyad Mahrez. And he puts the shot wide. Nearly, I didn't put the shot wide. It was defended. Comes sliding into the Arsenal player. I think it was Granit Xhaka to cut it out. He put it wide and behind for a corner. Corner taken short by De Bruyne. Mahrez. Gundogan. Bodies in the box here. Gundogan swings it in off the arm of Eddie Nketiah. Referee says no play on. Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva. Grealish. Still Jack Grealish here. Arteta instructing his team to have 2 players on Jack Grealish. De Bruyne dropping deep and picking up off Ruben Diaz. Back to Diaz by Kevin De Bruyne. Now into Nathan Ake and space in his left hand side. Ake with a heavy touch, he brings it forward. Bernardo Silva. Ake, slow there. It's very slow by Ake. City win it back thanks to Gundogan. But Ake's got to be a little bit more aware of his surroundings there. So is Bernardo Silva giving it to him. Walker, De Bruyne. Clipped out to the right hand side to Mahrez onto the left foot. Walker gives it away again, Kyle Walker. Walker does nothing but give the ball back to Arsenal twice in the 2 passes he's made so far today. Saka. Not a good performance from Kyle Walker so far. Granit Xhaka. Into Gabriel. Looks to go wide to Martinelli. Walker across to him. Saliba. Kyle Walker started very, very sloppily here. Tomiyasu. On his left foot and goes back to goalkeeper Ramsdale, but Gabriel is out to it instead. Ramsdale's not many touches. Arsenal have had the more possession here. City have looked the better side in the attacking phases though. Gabriel. Tomiyasu. Into Saka. YXG says it sounds like Walker's dropping in form, most certainly. Yeah, he's making some really poor passes, Kyle Walker. Bernardo Silva here with a foul and Bukayo Saka. Just kicks the back of Saka by mistake as he slides in to try and win it. And a free at. Saka goes down like he's been shot here and he's had his ankle broken. I think he's going to be okay. Well, he's back on his feet and running around. Tomiyasu. Ball in behind Bernardo Silva here towards Saka. Into the hands of goalkeeper Ederson. 9 minutes gone. Tense game. Jay Gaming says the formation is wrong. Do you think that Pep Guardiola's got it wrong? I'm not sure. Here's Bernardo Silva. Clips it out to Mahrez. If he's only 9 minutes in, it's hard to judge. City are trying to play attacking, aren't they, I suppose, playing this formation. Ederson. Out wide to Riyad Mahrez on the right foot, taken down by Zinchenko. Lose out to Erling Haaland. Zinchenko falls to Saliba. Oh, makes a wonderful pass into Odegaard. Rodri can't win it. Odegaard gives it away to Walker. This time Walker finds his man in a blue shirt to Ilkay Gundogan. Bernardo Silva. City ever got a bit of space here. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo looks to play it wide. He's got to play it through to Haaland there. And Bernardo Silva is getting some stick from Erling Haaland here. No surprise. Why is Bernardo not play it through to Haaland? I don't get that. I'm sure Bernardo Silva does not like Erling Haaland. I don't think Bernardo Silva likes Erling Haaland at all because he refuses to pass to him. Bernardo, there, had a chance through to Haaland. He just wouldn't play it to him. Just would not play it to him. Instead gives it away to Arsenal, just like he did against Spurs. Walker. Diaz. Ake. Grealish. Done well here, Grealish. Takes the sting out of that press from Arsenal. Rodri. And back we go to Ederson. Bernardo Silva's really got to play it more. Rico Lewis should be in this game, says YXG. Well, he might come on for Kyle Walker if he continues this form. Haaland with a nod on to Jack Grealish here. Can't beat Tommy Asu to it, Grealish. Arsenal back in possession with Saliba. And calmly done. Mahrez pressing Gabriel, who's worked it wide to Alexander Zinchenko. De Bruyne on this right-hand side pressing. Martinelli in behind. It's a poor pass to Xhaka. And straight to Ruben Diaz. Diaz. Rodri. Walker. De Bruyne. De Bruyne with space now. Head up from KDB. Given away to Jorginho by De Bruyne. So poor by De Bruyne as well. And Jorginho plays Nketiah. Nketiah with a strike here. He's got to pass that to Martinelli. Great bit of defending from Diaz. But if Nketiah passes that to Martinelli, it's 1-0 Arsenal. Saka. Can't skip past Bernardo Silva. Jorginho. Saka out wide to Ødegaard. Onto that left foot, Ødegaard. Jorginho. Tommy Asu. Down this right-hand side, Tommy Asu gives it to Gundogan. That's poor by them. Into Haaland. It's a bad pass by İlkay Gundogan as well. And Gundogan moans at Haaland as if it's his fault. Poor pass by İlkay Gundogan. Jorginho. Tommy Asu. Pep Guardiola's up and down the sidelines, barking instructions at his team. Tommy Asu. Good play by Gundogan. It deflects into Nketiah. Saka. Ødegaard. Space on the far side for Arsenal now. Kevin De Bruyne's got to close that space down for Xhaka. He doesn't do. Xhaka with the ball in here. Nathan Ake with the header away from Nketiah. It's a free kick towards Manchester City. Arsenal complain. Ake holds his head here. I think that might be bad news for Nathan Ake here. He gets kicked in the head, does Nathan Ake. Hopefully he's going to be okay. But it's a boot to the side of the face for Nathan Ake. Oof. Hopefully he's going to be okay now. Well, he's back up straight away. I'm surprised there. Boot on the side of the head. Midfield needs a revamp, but Maddison looks too far now, says Radai. I don't think... I know there's been reports saying... I trust Jack Gaughan more than I trust James Ducker at the Telegraph. So Jack Gaughan says City want Maddison. And James Ducker says City don't want Maddison. Well, I trust Jack Gaughan over that. Ollie Sherlock's here. Hello to you, Ollie. Rodri. Mahrez. Heavy touch by Mahrez. Your first touch is such a big thing in football. First touch is a massive thing because depending how well your first touch is, depending if you can take the ball, pass it, whatever. Ball in behind to Haaland here. Who might beat Gabriel and Saliba to it. He does. Haaland. De Bruyne stops his run. De Bruyne stopped his run there as Haaland played it through to him. Back to Rodri. Mahrez. Walker. Diaz. Flavius doesn't want Maddison. I think Maddison's a very sort of Marmite footballer for the City fans. Some really don't want him, some really do want him. I tell you what Maddison would bring. You see them all those times that Bernardo Silva refuses to pass it through to Erling Haaland. James Maddison will make those passes. And if you don't like him, you don't think he's Man City quality, at least he'll find Haaland. And if he finds Haaland, we're going to score goals. That's what I think anyway. Kyle Walker for City. Back to Ruben Diaz. Bernardo Silva. Bernardo playing pretty much the left centre-back here. Back to Diaz. All the way back to Ederson, who's got two options here of Rodri and Ake on this left-hand side. Ederson. Will he take a risk? He decides to clip it in towards Jack Grealish, who loses out on a header to Tommy Asu. Bernardo Silva wins it and then lumps it forward as Bernardo Silva. Up towards Haaland. Clipped away by Saliba. Kevin De Bruyne, a really poor header down to Martinelli. And Arsenal are back in possession here with Granit Xhaka. Xhaka for Arsenal. Wide to Tommy Asu in this right-hand channel. Jorginho. Tommy Asu. Jorginho's not happy with the movement of the men in front of him there, it seems. He wanted to pass on. Redeye says Maddison would produce those passes and get a goal himself. That's quite right, Redeye. I don't know if he's the sort of possession player we're looking for. I don't think he's brilliant. Maybe in possession like we want. He's not a Bernardo Silva. But he can score goals and he can play passes through to players that we need. That to me is a plus point, even if it's off the bench. Walker for City. Walker. Just no passing angles at all. He's nearly found Haaland here. Saliba just beats Haaland to it. Zinchenko. Great play by Zinchenko. And then given away by Jorginho to City. Jack Grealish. Grealish here pulled by Zinchenko into Ilkay Gundogan. Wide to Riyad Mahrez. De Bruyne could overlap here. Mahrez decides to avoid De Bruyne. Mahrez still. Mahrez clips the far post. Haaland arriving across the box, but there's no one in there. Haaland at the far post puts a great ball across the box. But no one with any striker's instinct in the City side goes across to try and win it. One football apparently is saying an 89% win for Arsenal today, says Ollie Sherlock. Wow. Well, that shows City are against it, aren't they? Haaland there, great ball across the box. No one in there. Mahrez did well as well, though I think he could have gone to De Bruyne on the overlap. There's 2 balls on the field here at the Emirates. Arsenal refused to kick the ball off the field. And Kyle Walker gives it to the ball boy. Throwing for City. Kyle Walker to take it. And there's a problem for Arsenal here. Goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale has gone down. Well, he's hardly touched the ball here, Ramsdale. If at all. I don't know what's up with Aaron Ramsdale here. I don't think Ramsdale's even touched the ball. But he's taking his goalkeeper gloves off. He's taking his boot off. And he's holding his heel. And I wonder if there's a heel injury for Aaron Ramsdale here. Well, surely Matt Turner will be warming up. Maybe this is something Arsenal knew before kick-off, perhaps. There's an injury on there. Bukayo Saka has changed shirts. Interesting. Is that going to make a big difference for Arsenal? I don't know. And Mikel Arteta brings his Arsenal players in for a big team talk here. Tactical team talk. To try and discuss with his players what they should be doing. Pep Guardiola leaves his players out there. Well, the tie in Guardiola's hoodie's hanging down the back there. Pep doesn't look too happy at the moment, to be honest with you, with the way City are playing. Haaland's got a fresh haircut. Have to see what the problem is here. Haaland drifting in behind Tomiyasu. As Mahrez played that ball in, Haaland puts it across the box, but there's no one there. And Haaland knows it as well. I mean, it's a good run from Haaland. Just got to be someone there, hasn't there? Does Ramsdale get injured there as he turns? I think, perhaps, Aaron Ramsdale got injured there. He's back to his feet, Ramsdale. Gloves back on. He seems to be okay. I'm not sure what that was about. City continue to take the throw-in. Kyle Walker on this right-hand side. Play resumes. Walker throws it straight to Arsenal. De Bruyne wins it back. Haaland. Erling Haaland here for Manchester City. Haaland tries to run Zinchenko. Good challenge by Zinchenko. And he goes behind for a corner off Mahrez here. Goal kick for Arsenal. 17 minutes of football here has been played. Just under 18 minutes. And at the moment, City have had the better chances in the game, I have to say. But Arsenal have had the more possession. City yet to find a way to test the goalkeeper, but Arsenal also in a similar position, so that's not too bad at the moment. Ruben Diaz does well to shrug off Nketiah there. Jorginho takes it down, clipped into Tomiyasu, straight to De Bruyne, into Haaland here. Haaland won't get there, it's another poor Kevin De Bruyne. And Kyle Walker started very poorly here today. Astro Meteor says, really don't like our chances. They don't, do they? Ramsdale will stay on, says Oliver Shirley. Yeah, he's staying on, Ramsdale, not coming off. Not sure what the injury possibility was, but he stays in the field, Ramsdale. Zinchenko. Great play by Arsenal. Zinchenko picks it up from Ramsdale, plays it straight out to Gabriel on the left-hand side. And they play out the press brilliantly. Walker, great aggression on Martinelli, but it's going to fall to Ødegaard, is it? No, Zinchenko. A foul Arsenal's way, I don't know what for. But Anthony Taylor's seen something that none of the Arsenal or City players saw. Free kick Arsenal's way. They take it short, Arsenal. Granit Xhaka. I'm sure Zinchenko would love nothing more than to beat Manchester City today. De Bruyne needs time to get good, which is irritating, says Radar. Yeah. Definitely. Definitely. Ramsdale on the ball for Arsenal. If City are playing this way in this back three, maybe City don't sign a left back. City sign Joško Gvardiol, which is probably quite a realistic one. Apparently, that's a done deal, Joško Gvardiol, someone said the other day. Whether I believe that or not, I'm not quite sure. Gabriel for Arsenal. Saliba. Oliver Sherlock there says the redder he gets, the better he gets. Quite right. And YXG says, is Matt Turner on? No, Matt Turner stays on the bench. Aaron Ramsdale is fine to continue. Ederson here with the ball in his hands to Manchester City. If Arsenal played a ball over the top. Straight into the hands of Ederson. He's looking to throw it out, but Kyle Walker's with his back to the goalkeeper here. Ederson has to go left-hand side to Nathan Ake under pressure from Bukayo Saka. Ake off Saka and behind for a throw-in. And Bukayo Saka looks to have injured his ankle here as well. Bukayo Saka's gone down injured now. Get up. I don't know what's wrong with Saka. Takes a kick on the bottom of the boot. There's Bukayo Saka. Looks a painful one maybe. The ball just hits his ankle. I think he'll be okay. He's fine, Saka. I don't know what he's moaning about. Bernardo Silva to take the throw-in for City. Thrown forward to Haaland, heading into the path of Ilkay Gundogan. Back into Haaland, who pushes off Tomiyasu, heads it into Jack Grealish, and Grealish is not alive to it. And Saliba has to go back to goalkeeper Ramsdale. Haaland seems to be doing a lot, Haaland. You know, he does a lot, but no one seems to know what he's going to do. No one's linked up with him. Ake, ball forward, good header forward by Nathan Ake. Saliba back forward for Arsenal. Martinelli, down to Granit Xhaka. Zinchenko looks to switch the play and then decides against it. Lovely pass by Zinchenko into Ødegaard. Then he flicks it around the corner to Martinelli. And City are in a big trouble here. Gabriel Martinelli. Space out wide for Xhaka here. Ball into the box here. Nathan Ake, good header away. Only falls as far as Martinelli enters the box. Then Roger makes another good challenge. Zinchenko. Crossing by Zinchenko. Eddie Nketiah with a free header. And he should score. City should be 1-0 down here. What a ball in by Alexander Zinchenko. Eddie Nketiah free in the box. Ake and Bernardo as well. It's Bernardo Silva marking him. Who's obviously not a centre-back. Cross comes into Nketiah. Ake's no idea what's behind him. And Nketiah should score here. Rises for the header. It actually comes off his shoulder. Ederson in no man's... Just stood there, really, Ederson. But they should have scored there. Grealish. Poor by Jack Grealish into Saka and behind for a throw into Arsenal. Is this Arsenal squad injury prone or something? I think they are. Lots of injuries seem to be coming up, although they seem to be fine. Maybe they're just soft. Saliba. Into Ødegaard. And back all the way to Gabriel. I think Arsenal definitely the most sort of composed side. Ball behind to Granit Xhaka. Ball across the box here. Ruben Diaz with a wonderful challenge. Slides in, blocks it with his trailing leg to put it behind for a corner for Arsenal. The Arsenal fans are going wild here. In the stands. Corner ball. Arsenal to swing this one in. Xhaka in there. Saliba, Gabriel. Nketiah, Tomiyasu, Bukayo Saka. All ready to get up for this one. Cross comes in. De Bruyne can't head it away. Gabriel's in there. Gabriel throws himself to the ground under pressure from Rodri. Shot that's deflected. And Ederson, he's got it in his hands. I think Ødegaard hit that and it just deflected and bobbled towards the edge of his box. Ederson went and picked it up. No Arsenal player, City player around it really. Ederson for Manchester City. Rolls it into Ruben Diaz. And back he goes to Ederson. City seem to be struggling in the build-up a little bit. Ederson. Clipped into Bernardo Silva. Beaten by Tomiyasu. Gundogan back to Ake. The forward pass would have been nice for Ilkay Gundogan, but he's gone backwards. Ederson lumps it forward again into the channel towards Erling Haaland, who is pushed by Saliba, can't win it. Jack Grealish in a foot race with Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu back to the goalkeeper. Kevin De Bruyne is there! And Kevin De Bruyne gives Manchester City the lead. Well, from out of nowhere, a terrible back pass by Tomiyasu. Back to Ramsdale. And Kevin De Bruyne is there. Aaron Ramsdale in no man's land. He lifts it over the goalkeeper. And City take the lead. A gift from Tomiyasu for Manchester City. And Arsenal behind here. Alexander Zinchenko goes across to every single Arsenal player and says, come on, it's okay, let's keep going. But Manchester City have the lead at the Emirates and it's Kevin De Bruyne. Long ball by Ederson. Haaland wins the header. Saliba knocks it on. Grealish puts Tomiyasu under pressure. Terrible back pass to Ramsdale. And De Bruyne beats him to it. And he just heads it. Kicks it over the goalkeeper. Haaland heads it onto Grealish. Can't get there. Tomiyasu back to the keeper. It's a shocking back pass by Tomiyasu. It's short. He knows it straight away. You can see it on the face of Tomiyasu. And Kevin De Bruyne first time runs onto it. Clips it over the keeper. Ramsdale, there's absolutely nothing the goalkeeper can do. And it's 1-0 Manchester City at the Emirates. Early goal for City in the 24th minute. An absolute gift. Chin up, says Martin Odegaard. He pushes the head of Tomiyasu quite literally up. Mikel Arteta rounds up the troops. He says, let's go again. But let's go Manchester City. Rudai says, is Kevin De Bruyne red in the face of what? He certainly is. City 1, Arsenal 0. Brilliant goal by Kevin De Bruyne, who's had a very poor start, I have to say. City have got to keep going now. Xhaka back to Gabriel. His first goal since the 29th of October for Kevin De Bruyne. That shows the sort of form he's been in since the World Cup. He didn't have a good World Cup at all, but neither the whole Belgium side. Jorginho, Tomiyasu. Back he goes to Saliba. Come on, City. City lead at the Emirates, but it's a long way to go yet. I wish football was played in the way where the first goal wins at times. Today would have been one of those days, which would have been fantastic. Saka. Oh, a lovely skill by Saka. Bernardo Silva fouls him. Referee gives a free kick Arsenal's way. And there's going to be a talking to for Bernardo Silva. Saka says that's 2 times, 3 times he's fouled him. And Bernardo Silva's told his next one is going to be a yellow card. He hardly touched Saka there, who drops to the deck as soon as you look at him. But it is a foul in the end. It is a foul in the end. It's a free kick Arsenal's way. Arsenal go backwards. Saliba. Jorginho. I think, though, this Arsenal side have got bags and bags of fight in them. They certainly have. So, this game's far from over. They know this means everything, this game, especially to them. So, City have got to do a lot here today. Of course, got to face Arsenal at the Etihad yet. Arsenal, you know, they had a big banner the other week saying that the other day saying they were against oil money and they're a classic club. And today, we play football at the Emirates Stadium. And where do you think Emirates get their money from? Not oil, of course. Oh, wait, it is. Here's Gundogan. Nice turn by Gundogan away from Jorginho. Plays a long ball to Haaland, but it's a poor one by Gundogan. He's off balance. It's a bad pass. Can't find Haaland. Here's Odegaard. Tomiyasu for Arsenal. Drives forward as the Japanese international. Martin Odegaard captain. Zinchenko. Out wide to Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli. 1-on-1 with Mahrez here. City are in a bit of trouble. Martinelli. Walker blocks it. Falls to Tomiyasu on his left foot. Pretty much on the centre spot. On the penalty spot there. It's Tomiyasu and it falls to him after deflection. City's defence. Just stand and watch. And Ake is quick to close him down, to be fair. Tomiyasu snatches at it. Tries to volley it with his side foot on his weaker left foot. And it's up and over the bar. And it's a City goal kick. Chance there for retribution for Tomiyasu. But he could not pull it off. Goal kick Manchester City to be taken by Ederson. City fans behind. Cheer away. Ederson looked like he wanted to take this long. Anthony Taylor saying to Ederson, hurry up. Ironic. Zinchenko wins the header. He doesn't. Just jumps on Riyad Mahrez. It's a throw-in Arsenal's way. Gabriel. We talk crap about Kevin De Bruyne and then he's kept us quiet. Certainly, yeah. I mean, it was a gift from Arsenal. It was an absolute gift from Arsenal. City are in a bit of trouble here. Saka. Bernardo can't win it. Granit Xhaka switch of play. Out to Zinchenko. Foot race with Kyle Walker. Zinchenko beats Walker to it. Footwork from Zinchenko's nice. Then into Martinelli. Jorginho. Xhaka. Odegaard. Into Bukayo Saka. Ake dives in. Saka still. Tries to pull it across the box. Good defending by Ake. Brilliant from Ake in the end. I thought Arsenal was surely going to score there. Especially the form Saka's in. Great work by Arsenal, by the way, here. Jorginho, what a pass into Odegaard, to Xhaka into Odegaard. I think Saka is marginally onside. Bernardo Silva's trailing leg. Ake is on the ground defending here. Nathan Ake is literally lay on his back, throwing his legs all over the place defending. Incredible stuff. Mikel Arteta, very frustrated. Long by City again up to Haaland, who's having a shoving match with Saliba. And Haaland might beat Saliba here. He's still pushing Saliba. Saliba still. And a free kick goes at Arsenal's way. Well, you can push Erling Haaland, but he can't push you back. That's the precedent that Anthony Taylor's just set there. Gundogan here, unaware of Martin Odegaard behind him. Poor from Ilkay. Ball out wide to Zinchenko in lots of space. Mahrez is very slow to get across to him. Zinchenko crossing is absolutely shocking from Zinchenko. He absolutely leathers it out for a goal kick. That's more like it, Zinchenko. I think Arsenal try to claim it was a foul on Tomiyasu in the build-up to the goal. He certainly wasn't. What a finish by De Bruyne. Ake has been incredible since Oliver Sherlock. Rudai says Ake, you beast. Honestly, Nathan Ake was on the floor, on his back, just kicking his legs out to stop it from Arsenal getting it forward. It was brilliant from Ake. I mean, he did go to ground very early, but you're right, he's been incredible this season, Nathan Ake. Ilkay Gundogan, he's having a talking to from Anthony Taylor here, because they're saying that Ederson's taking too long on his goal kicks. I mean, the irony is unbelievable, because if you watch City at the Etihad Stadium, every goalkeeper in the league comes to the Etihad and takes 10-15 minutes to take a goal kick, it feels like. Ederson takes longer than, 5 seconds, and Anthony Taylor's saying he needs to hurry up. It's a joke. It's an absolute joke. Ball forward here. Tomiyasu. Really throwing his body weight around again. Tomiyasu. And Saka underneath it and away. Over Nketiah. Taken down by Diaz. Down to Ake. Out to Bernardo Silva. It's a bad pass by Ake. And Bernardo Silva's clattered into by Saka. It's only a throw in here. City's way. Bernardo wanted a free kick there. Just a throw in for City here on the 30th minute mark. Zinni doesn't ever let us down. Agent Zinchenko, Rudai. Playing undercover. He's obviously... Zinchenko's gone to make Arsenal better, but to make sure that City still win the league. That's what I like about him. I don't think so. Haaland with a bad first touch here. Down to Xhaka. And back in possession. Arsenal have had 6 attempts, apparently, not on target. Manchester City, 2 attempts, 1 on target. Well, that tells you the way this game's gone, really. Certain gift from Arsenal. Jorginho with an absolute shocker of a pass. Kyle Walker's jumped into by Gabriel Martinelli, and it's a free kick City's way here, and Kyle Walker seems to be in some pain. Martinelli thinks it wasn't a foul, but the fact that he didn't even jump for the ball and just went straight into Kyle Walker to slam him. Walker hits the deck with some force on his back. I bet that's winded Kyle Walker. I've no doubt that's winded Kyle Walker there. That's a nasty one from Martinelli. A real nasty one. And that is going to really hurt Kyle Walker there. He's surely winded. He's surely winded. Pep Guardiola giving some instructions to Bernardo Silva. I don't know what Bernardo Silva said to him, but Pep Guardiola's response was, I know, okay. So I don't know what he's saying. Watch Ederson takes a quick goal kick to Haaland, then goal, and the ref will shut up his red eye. I don't know. I don't know. I'll have to see. I haven't seen Ederson do that for a long time. Bernardo Silva and Pep Guardiola being grabbed by Nathan Ake. Pep Guardiola is telling some of the City players to come in so he can talk to them. Bernardo Silva and Nathan Ake's pulled across. Pep Guardiola giving bit of a talking to here to the players. Gundogan, Ake and Bernardo Silva being talked to here by Pep Guardiola. He's giving some big instructions here to the team. And it looks like Kyle Walker's going to be okay. He jogs off, it looks like he's going to be okay. I think he's going to be okay. He's up. City free kick. As it stands, Manchester City top on goal difference. What is this? What is this? This is an absolute joke of a ref. Oh my... Kyle Walker's on the sidelines. Rodri passes to him. Walker comes on and kicks it. And the referee gives Walker a yellow card. Because the referee won't let him on the field to receive the pass. What is that from Anthony Taylor? So, Kyle Walker's off the field after receiving treatment. Anthony Taylor won't let Walker back on the field to receive the ball. Rodri passes it to Walker. Walker passes it back. And the referee says that's a yellow card, Kyle Walker, and a free kick to Arsenal. So Walker's on a yellow card now. So he's walking a tightrope. Brilliant. That means Akanji's coming on in the second half. What a stupid decision from City and the referee as well. Jorginho here under pressure from Gundogan. Rodri pressing. Arsenal go back to goalkeeper Ramsdale. Seems to be okay with his heel injury he's supposedly carrying. Oliver says Anthony Taylor's a terrible ref. Anthony Taylor, Salford born Anthony Taylor. And a United fan. Need I say more? Kyle Walker, long ball forward, out to Riyad Mahrez. A shocker from Walker. I don't think Kyle Walker has made a single pass to a City player so far. I'd have to see the stats, but it feels like he hasn't. Rudai said he's already seen this ref supports yet. Well, it's not Manchester City, certainly. Saliba. Martinelli. Back out to Xhaka. Space is Zinchenko on this left-hand side. Walker's going to get across to him. Zinchenko. Zinchenko still. Walker with him. And Nketiah trying to offer a passing angle. Granit Xhaka. Flick round the corner to Nketiah. Clear on ball by Eddie Nketiah. Free kick City. Unlucky there Nketiah, to be honest with you. He takes a touch on his left foot and it flicks right up onto his hand. But pushes it back down to his foot. I mean, it's a very unlucky from Nketiah. Very unlucky from Nketiah. Free kick Manchester City again. But I think City have got something to think about with Kyle Walker and a yellow card now, considering how he's playing as well. Here's Ruben Diaz for City. Edison gets a yellow card as well. Thank you, Anthony. Edison gets a yellow card for time wasting. It's absolutely incredible. Edison gets a yellow card for time wasting. And at the Etihad, they do this every single week. Every single week they do this at the Etihad, and Edison gets a yellow card for time wasting. What an utter joke from the referee here. Every week this happens at the Etihad. Worse. And Edison gets a yellow card for nothing near as bad. I don't understand it. Surely that's saying that the ref won't take time wasting anymore. Utter joke. Saliba, back to Ramsdale. Gabriel. I just don't understand what is the ref's problem here today. Has he got a bet on how many yellow cards he can give to City? Edison time wasting. Edison time wasting. What about every week at the Etihad? I just don't get it. Ake against Saka here. Good pressing by Ake on Saka. Ake's drops the ground. It's a free kick Arsenal's way. They take it quickly. Saliba. Tomiyasu. Good tackle by Jack Grealish. Back to Tomiyasu for a throw-in. Hurry up, Arsenal. This is taking too long, this throw-in. This is taking way too long. Ref, book Tomiyasu. Oh, now they give the throw-in to Saka. Where's the yellow card for them taking too long? Premier League paying refs to try and make us lose, says Andrew. Come on, ref. Saka's taking his time. Now where's the yellow card for time wasting? Saka's still not taking this throw-in. You can only time waste if you're in a red shirt. Understandable, Anthony Taylor. I get it. You've made it very clear. 37 minutes gone here. City 1-0 lead at the Emirates Stadium. A gift from Tomiyasu. An outrageous first time finish from Kevin De Bruyne. Ridai feels the ref will give us a red card. It's a red card waiting to happen today, isn't they? De Bruyne beaten to it by Xhaka. Poor by Kevin De Bruyne. Who's not got into the game at all. Zinchenko. Gabriel. Saliba. Saliba brings the ball forward. Great space for Tomiyasu. Saliba finds Erdegaard. Good tackle by Bernardo Silva. Beats Tomiyasu to it. Grealish. Good footwork from Grealish. Rodri as well. Well played, City. Ake. Bernardo. Back to Ake. City trying to get control of the game. But City at the moment, under the pressure of Arsenal, have hardly had any control. Edison. Ruben Diaz. Brings the ball forward for Manchester City. Diaz under pressure from Martinelli. Walker. Back he goes to Rodri. Back into Edison. If Pickford were their keeper, he would have had a record of cards this season since Oliver. Oh yeah, I mean, Pickford took 3 hours to take a goal kick at the Etihad. I've seen worse as well. I've seen plenty worse. It seems that you only can't do it when it's City, but when the opposition do it, it's fine at the Etihad. Edison into Gundogan. Into Ake. Risky football from City. Ake along to Haaland. Shocking ball by Ake. Straight to Arsenal with Nketiah. Zinchenko. Rodri. Zinchenko runs into him. It's not a free kick. Zinchenko again. Mahrez beats into it. Rodri. Shocking touch by Rodri. What is this from City? Xhaka in behind here. Walker's no clue. Nketiah with a chance here. Goal for Nketiah off the line by Nathan Ake. What is this? Penalty. Penalty Arsenal. I don't know what for. I think it's a penalty for Arsenal, but I don't know what for. Ake clears it. Penalty Arsenal for what? Edison comes out. Touches Nketiah. Nketiah's already taken the shot. Ake off the line. Nketiah's already taken the shot. Nketiah's already taken the shot. How is that a yellow? How is that a red card? Is Edison getting sent off here? Ederson might, I mean, it might be good news for City if Ederson gets sent off here, the absolute moron. But he's given a penalty here, I don't know what for. What is this penalty for? Nketiah shoots, Ederson stands there, Nketiah bangs into him, Ake clears it off the line. How is this a penalty? Surely, the ref goes to the VAR monitor and has a look at this. I don't know how this is a penalty. Nketiah's played him. He shoots. Ederson stands in front of him. Nketiah falls into Ederson. And he somehow gives a penalty. I just don't understand it. Why doesn't Anthony Taylor go and look at the VAR monitor here? How is that a penalty? I do not understand it at all. The referee refuses to go to VAR. He refuses to check it. Illustrate as if Ederson's trying to get sent off, probably. Well, this is surely going to be a goal because Ederson's not saving it. He's useless. The hologram gives away a penalty. The one time he's actually in goal and he gives it away. Saka versus Ederson. Surely this goes in, but we'll have to see. Anthony Taylor doing his best to help Arsenal here. Ederson's telling Saka to go out one way. Ederson's not going to save this. Saka against Ederson. Goal. 1-1. Pathetic. Get Ederson out the team and send him back to Brazil. I mean, it's not a penalty, but, I mean, it just sums up the disaster class that Ederson's having here. Get Ederson off the field. I don't know how that's a penalty. Don't know how that's a penalty. I just don't get it. I mean, Ederson as well on the penalty there. Just going to say, Ederson on the penalty there. He's saying to Saka, he's pointing to the right-hand corner saying, you're going to go that way, you're going to go that way, you're going to go that way. Saka goes that way and Ederson goes the other damn way. Useless. Ederson's absolutely terrible. City are in trouble now. Bernardo Silva. Ball forward to... well done, Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva finally plays the ball to Erling Haaland, by the way. The first ball he's put into Erling Haaland all game. And it's about 10-15 yards over here. Thank you, Bernardo Silva. Well, Tomiyasu gives City a gift. Well, gives City a gift. Anthony Taylor gives Arsenal a gift. 1-1. Ramsdale forward straight to Walker and behind for a goal kick. Flavius says it's not the ref. I mean, it's not a penalty, Flavius, I don't think, personally. At the same time, Ederson is just terrible. Ederson is absolutely terrible. I mean, Mikel Arteta moaned this weekend about the Brentford game and said he wants his 2 points back. Well, you might get them today, Mikel, because it looks like the Premier League's going to give them to you. For De Bruyne, through to Haaland, poor pass. I do agree with the penalty personally. We've been giving them the pass. Ederson made a tackle accidentally or not, and connected to the player and not the ball, to illustrate. The thing is, he'll illustrate, Nketiah's already had a shot and missed. Ake's cleared it off the line. Well, clearly the Premier League want Arsenal to win this one. They're doing their best to give it them. But, I mean, Ederson... Surely we've got to stop playing Ederson now. Surely it's Ortega season. We've got to stop playing him because it's absolutely a joke. It's every game. He's terrible. Walker to take the throw in for City here. Walker. Ake, good clearance off the line, by the way, as well. Jack Grealish here. Haaland with a volley. Grealish again. Good save by Ramsdale. It's a corner. Or offside, or a free kick to Arsenal. It's not going to go City's way, whatever it is. Throwing towards Haaland, who wins the header. Grealish goes to the shot. Gundogan's offside, I think. Well, he's not actually. He has the shot. Ramsdale makes a good save. Offside, the referee says. It's not a corner. We need that beast of Ortega, says Renai. We need Ortega playing football for Manchester City. I don't think we can go on with Ederson because this is getting unbelievable now. What is the point of signing Ortega if you're saying Ortega, no matter how well you play and how bad Ederson plays, Ederson will still play every game for us? Gundogan fouled here. Rodri picks it up. City play on. Rodri. Forward, City. Would be nice. Rodri gives it straight back to Arsenal. Mahrez beats Xhaka to it. Then Mahrez tries to go past Jorginho. Foul on Mahrez. Free kick City's way. I tell you what, Arsenal just either bully the referee into giving them what they want, don't they? All the time. Just bully the referee. Illustrate doesn't think we can go with either of them. Well, for now, Illustrate, I think Ortega's surely the best option, isn't he? He's got to be better. He can't be worse than Edison, surely. He cannot be worse than Edison at the moment. 6 minutes of added time here. 6 minutes of added time before the end of the first half. Free kick Manchester City. De Bruyne swings one in. Gabriel heads it on. It's behind for a throw into City on his left-hand side. Grealish have tossed to it. Have you noticed that the Arsenal ball boys will not give City players the ball and then City get done for time wasting? He won't give Grealish the ball again then. Bernardo Silva, Grealish. Grealish still. Jack Grealish, good skill by Jack. Back out to Bernardo Silva. Into Grealish, who's offside. Referee says he's not. He was. Bernardo Silva, Rodri. Kyle Walker. Kevin De Bruyne. Mahrez for Manchester City. Mahrez. Poor Martinelli tackles him. Walker in there. Tackle by Nketiah. Walker keeps it. Kick on him by Nketiah. Mahrez. Taken down. Referee says no free kick. Jorginho counter Arsenal here. Trapp, Martinez, Maignan, Bunu. Some of the names mentioned here by you guys. Saka on the counter for Arsenal. Past Bernardo Silva. He kicks Bernardo Silva and gets a free kick. Oh my word. He's absolutely bought that free kick. Bernardo stood there. Saka kicks it round him. Jumps on the floor. And then he gets a free kick. Dive by Bukayo Saka. But he smiles. But it's alright that he dives. He smiles. It's okay. He's like Heung-min Son. He's a nice man. He smiles. If we ever get this kind of ref treatment, then people say City paid the ref. Says Radar, yeah. I mean, this is a pure let's go Arsenal performance from Anthony Taylor so far. Free kick Arsenal. Ødegaard over it. I mean, City should just say, we'll walk off the field and Arsenal, you can score as many goals as you want because it's going that way anyway. Anthony Taylor will do whatever he can to make sure Arsenal score. Free kick Ødegaard, swung in here. Headed away by Nathan Ake. Jorginho. Out wide to Ødegaard. Back into Jorginho. Into Gabriel, onto Martinelli, who's surely offside here. He's not, crossed in. Walker picks up at the far post. Andrew says no chance at a win with this referee. Certainly not. Walker, Rodri. City just don't seem to want to attack. Rodri with a long ball up to Haaland here. Saliba heads it away. Kevin De Bruyne can't get the end of it. It's a bad pass by Jorginho. Under pressure is Saliba. Under pressure from Kevin De Bruyne. Saliba's still under big pressure here. De Bruyne, and Saliba puts it out for throwing off the cameraman. As well on the way there. De Bruyne. Down to Jack Grealish. Back into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne into the far post to Haaland. Haaland runs front post. Mahrez is, I don't know. Having a smoke on the halfway line. He's not even there. It's so clumsy by Edison. I don't think it's a penalty. I don't think City would have got a penalty for the same thing. But it's the clumsiest, stupidest thing by Edison. Bernardo just wants to go off to Barcelona where he clearly wants to play. I know the fouls are not his fault, but he's just so greedy and can't make the critical choices. I actually agree with you, Illustrate. I agree with you 100% on that one. I do think Bernardo Silva's very greedy. I do think he refuses to pass to Erling Haaland. And he doesn't want to be here. He does an interview every 3 months about wanting to play for Barcelona. Go and play for them. Okay. Chance here for Arsenal. Ruben Diaz clears it away. Xhaka in the back of Mahrez. Zinchenko gives it away to Gray. I don't think Arsenal are playing particularly well either, by the way. Edison lumps it long. Up towards Haaland, who chase it against Saliba. Saliba. Haaland takes it off Saliba. Well done, Haaland. Haaland still is being pushed and pulled by Saliba. Free kick Manchester City. Where's his yellow card, referee? You won't give him one. All I can say is Anthony Taylor is a very bald man. That's as much as we need to say. We need Alvarez for that impact off the bench. Illustrate quite right. He says, but who? And then Mahrez isn't doing so well, to be honest with you. Get Bernardo Silva off and go all out attack. Barcelona will say we pay the 80 million over 10 years, says Radai. I think Barcelona will say we'll pay the 80 million in 10 years, let alone over 10 years. We got a free kick to Oliver, incredible. Well, Saliba all over Haaland. Free kick for Manchester City. Will he make the most of this opportunity? It's going to be pretty much the last kick of the half. Although there's 1 minute to go. It'll be the 51st minute by the time the game ends. Or the first half ends. De Bruyne has to swing this one in. No, Mahrez has it. Mahrez swings it in. Header away by Tomiyasu. Rodri off the bar. From Ramsdale over the bar. Corner ball. Rodri heads it off. It deflects up onto the bar. I think he's offside. Oh, it's not. Oh, Rodri heads it onto Nathan Ake's leg and it comes off Ake onto the bar. I think Rodri's offside, so I don't think the goal would have stood. I want to say Gabriel's got hold of Ake's shirt. Oh, it's so unlucky. It's so unlucky. Off Ake and onto the bar. Lucky, lucky Arsenal. Gifted a penalty. And one off the bar here for City. Nathan Ake very close to scoring for City. Corner City. This will be the last kick of the game. Of this first half anyway. De Bruyne in. Far post. Ramsdale punches. Come on, City. Do not blow that whistle, ref. Throw in. Do not blow that whistle, ref. You're desperate to. You're desperate to. He's desperate to, and he does do, Anthony Taylor. Half time. City 1, Arsenal 1. Well, plenty of talking points. City take the lead through a poor Tomiyasu back pass that Kevin De Bruyne gets onto with an outrageous first time finish. Lifted it over the bar. Lifted it over the goalkeeper under the bar. But then Ederson comes out the other end. Clatters into Nketiah. It's a soft one, but the referee deems it a penalty. Ake had cleared it off the line in the meantime. City have also hit the crossbar just before half-time. It's been close. Arsenal 1, City 1. Spurs fan Tony Law in the comments. Come on, City. The white half and off from the rooting for you. Well, at the moment, unfortunately, Tony, Anthony Taylor's rooting for the red half of London. We need to improve the second half, says Oliver Sherlock. Quite true. I think City need to be more attacking. Bernardo Silva, I'm not impressed with him so far. Not impressed with so far. So City 1, Arsenal 1 at half-time, and a crucial game at the Emirates. I think in the end, a draw is better for Arsenal. But for City, you'd take that, maybe. We'd take that, maybe. I'm going to have a little short break over half-time. I'm going to get myself a snack. Be right back for the second half after the short break, where hopefully we see City beat the league leaders Arsenal. Be back in around 10 minutes or so.
insane. Yeah. For my broken heart, no remedy. But maybe if you stay, we can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good. But you'll be there, ready to rescue me if I go out of track. You can get away with it. 'Cause you make me love my imperfections, answer all my questions, just to show me what's on the other side of inhibition. No apologies, my baby. How do you do? 'Cause I'm feeling so good.
So welcome back to the We Are City channel for the second half, Manchester City versus Arsenal. You guys, I can see you've been talking about yourself, especially about Anthony Taylor. I've been saying there about a blacklist. Well, don't forget Stuart Atwell, guys. Stuart Atwell, who was the referee in the Manchester United-Manchester City game, where they give the most ridiculous offside I think I've ever seen. So, where United score a goal, which is clearly offside. Don't forget that one as well. There's a big list. Anthony Taylor is on there as well. Anthony Taylor, Salford-born. Let's not say any more than Salford-born Anthony Taylor. Chelsea are playing Borussia Dortmund in the Champions League. It's 0-0 currently. Borussia Dortmund captained by 19-year-old Jude Bellingham, apparently. So we'll have to see, aren't we? City have got to drop Ederson. If that is a penalty, then you drop Ederson. If it's not a penalty and you think you're hard done by, then he stays in the team. But I'm not quite sure. I am not quite sure. But it's... I'm sure the PGMO will do like a nice sort of apology, won't they, pretty soon. Pretty soon. Biggest game this season, and that gets given as a penalty. Just exactly what you expect him. It's just... I just don't get it, but there we go. There we are. That's the way it goes. Ederson poor, the referee poor. City, not incredibly good either. I'd say City pretty poor at times. Astro Meteor's not sure who's worse, Atwell or Taylor. Both shocking. Add a few more to that. There's a few referees added to that, isn't there? Andre Mariner. I mean, you might as well list the whole list of them, to be honest with you. If he's in my school and he was refereeing that game like that against me, yeah, I don't know why that's going Ashton, but I understand it. Gridiron Brexit tackle Taylor. Yeah, I mean, maybe it's what City should do is a player that's not on a yellow card just goes in for a nice sliding challenge on Anthony Taylor by mistake. And takes him out and says, well, I didn't see you there, Anthony. Apologies, Mr. Referee. I think, more so than the penalty, I just find it so ironic that we've seen Ederson get booked for time wasting in, 25 minutes now. Okay, if Ederson's time wasting, Ederson deserves to be given a yellow card. I fully agree with that one. And he deserves to be yellow carded early on in the game because that prevents Ederson from time wasting in the latter stage of the game and later on in the game. Understandable. My big issue with that, Anthony Taylor, is that at the Etihad every week, the goalkeepers do that week in, week out, for longer than that, and they all wait till the 90th minute to book them. So they let them do it all game. Why do you not just let Ederson do it all game and then book him in the 90th minute? Why is it one rule for Manchester City and another rule for the others? I have no idea. And City have got to come out with some fight here in the second half. They really have. Because this is not looking good. I feel like Arsenal are going to come out absolutely hell for leather, and they're going to come for Manchester City. And I expect an early second, I expect an early second goal for Arsenal in the second half. I do expect that. I really think City are going to be really aggressive. Like if something happened like Walker throwing him, I'd just rush at him, slap him and then kick him. I mean, that's abuse, Adjden. We don't support violence on referees. I mean, if you accidentally tackle him, I'd say, okay. But I think if you go and abuse someone like that, you're probably never going to be able to play again. Erling Haaland's having a nice laugh with Ødegaard at half-time. That's nice to see, Erling. Kevin De Bruyne having a laugh with Ramsdale as well. I don't know. Arsenal want this more than City. What I would say. Arsenal want this more than Manchester City. That's what I can see. City players having a little talk with Zinchenko as well on the sidelines. I think Arsenal want this way more than Manchester City, and that is probably why they'll come out on top. But hopefully the City players can show a bit of passion here. Ødegaard and Haaland still laughing together. Haaland and Ødegaard covering their mouths as they speak. Having a laugh together. Good friends are the two. Known each other for a long time playing in the Norwegian setup. So second half underway. Come on, Haaland, we want your game face on here. Stop laughing with Ødegaard. Ødegaard and Haaland are still having a chat here while the referee takes his time. Come on, ref. What are we doing here? What is... Can we book Anthony Taylor for time wasting? Anthony Taylor will wink to someone on the sidelines asking if they're okay. It's Kyle Walker he goes across to. I think Kyle Walker's saying to him, how was that a yellow card? How was that a penalty? Anthony Taylor saying, I don't know, but they've told me I have to give it. There is an extra 10 grand added to my wage packet today, and that's the way it goes. Second half underway, Arsenal versus Manchester City. Can City beat the league leaders here? Ake forward to Haaland. Straight away, City go at Arsenal. Haaland into Kevin De Bruyne. De Bruyne with a shocking ball. I tell you what, De Bruyne, absolutely beautiful goal, Kevin. Wonderful, fantastic, appreciate it. But everything else has been so bad, it's unbelievable. Bernardo Silva as well with a heavy touch there. Gundogan down to Bernardo. You can't keep it, it's a throw into Arsenal. De Bruyne cannot pass a parcel today, let alone a football. Yet the goal was fantastic. Every ball in behind. Just, Haaland is quick. Put a bit of pace in the ball in behind to Haaland. You don't have to just tap it every time. Time wasting from Arsenal here. Referee says it's okay. Thrown forward by Saka towards Nketiah. Into Ake. It's a throw in City's way. I think it actually went out before it came in, maybe. Or it came in and bounced straight back out. Bernardo quickly into Roderick. And the referee is now asking for the game to be stopped again while he gives a talking to Jack Grealish. So Jack Grealish is getting told off for time wasting now, is he? I don't even know what Anthony Taylor's on about. What is this refereeing performance from Anthony Taylor? And he's supposed to be the best of the English, along with Michael Oliver. I feel like I haven't seen Michael Oliver for a long time. Throw into Manchester City. Grealish to take it. Takes his time, just like Arsenal do. Thrown to Bernardo Silva. Haaland against Saliba. Staying in here. Saliba's in a bit of trouble. Still in here. And he goes all the way out for a throw-in. Haaland's not happy with Bernardo Silva. I genuinely believe Erling Haaland and Bernardo Silva hate each other. They must do. Because Bernardo just refuses to pass to Haaland. When he does, it's a terrible one. I just don't get it. They really don't like each other. Throwing for Arsenal, taken by Tomiyasu, taking his time here. Our City fans are saying, what about time wasting? Anthony Taylor says, only Tomiyasu can take his time. Oh, yellow card for Tomiyasu for time wasting. Well, Anthony Taylor, to be fair to him, at least he's consistently bad. All we've got to do now is run into Ramsdale and kick him in the head and we'll get a penalty. When we get a corner, cross the ball in, Erling Haaland boots straight to the head of Ramsdale, penalty Manchester City. Yellow card for Tomiyasu for time wasting. It's comical refereeing. I don't know if he's just done that to try and, you know, say, look, I'm bad for both sides. But trust me, you've been way worse than Manchester City, Taylor. Throwing for Ederson. Ederson kicks it to Nathan Ake on this left-hand side. Jack Grealish, heavy touch. Be careful here, Grealish. Runs into 3 or 4 players. Brilliant from Grealish. Absolutely fantastic from Jack Grealish. Top performance here. Ball comes forward to Kyle Walker. Walker. Back to Rodri. Come on, City. Rudai says, Taylor, what? I do not know what Anthony Taylor's doing. I mean, Tomiyasu was time wasting, but not any more than you normally see in a normal game. He's just trying to take a throw and you don't know who to throw it to. But I mean, the fact that he's booked Tomiyasu there is comical. The fact that he booked Ederson is comical. I just don't know. Here's Jack Grealish from Manchester City. 1-on-1 with Tomiyasu. Grealish. Taking on Tomiyasu. Grealish. Grealish past Tomiyasu. Brilliant from Grealish. Tomiyasu across to him. There's just literally no pass on, but he finds Bernardo Silva. Bernardo back onto his left foot. Well, Haaland's not even looking like he's wanting to get on the end of a cross because Bernardo won't cross it. He eventually does. Haaland's there. Heads it on to Rodri. Down to De Bruyne. And back out to Ake. Haaland's feeding on scraps here with Bernardo Silva putting the ball into him. Walker. Diaz. Bernardo Silva. Rodri. For Manchester City. Rodri. Ruben Diaz. He hasn't got that passing range, Diaz. There's space for Grealish on the left-hand side, but Diaz just hasn't got the quality to find him, but that's fine sometimes because he's so good on the ball. Or, well, on the ball, off the ball. Defensively is where Diaz's his qualities lie, don't they? Rodri. Be nice if we can pass this ball forward, City. Walker. Mahrez. Absolutely shocking touch by Mahrez, and it goes out for a throw into Arsenal. This is the problem with City. They're just absolutely not in it at all. They feel like they're not in the game at all. We don't want to take a risk. We don't want to play forward. We're half asleep at times. Good pressing by Diaz and Nketiah. Into Martinelli. Great skill by Martinelli. Wonderful play from the Brazilian. And back to Gabriel. Back into Martinelli again under pressure from Gundogan. Wins it off Martinelli. Mahrez back to Zinchenko. Arsenal still keep this one. Back into goalkeeper Ramsdale. Saliba. Tomiyasu. Saka under pressure from Ake. Into Xhaka. Arsenal a chance here. Great space for Zinchenko. Xhaka's got to pass that, really. He decides against it. Wide to Gabriel Martinelli. Arteta says go, go, go. Go at Ruben Diaz. Martinelli. Past Mahrez. Martinelli. Back into Zinchenko in a lot of space here. Zinchenko. Mahrez tight to him. Zinchenko still on this left-hand side. Zinchenko. Can't beat Mahrez. Good defending by Mahrez. Mahrez, what are you dribbling your own box for? Walker. Just lumps it forward straight back to Arsenal. What an absolute waste every time. Gabriel lets it run. It's a City throw-in. De Bruyne across to it. Arteta won't let him take it. Kevin De Bruyne is telling Mikel to stay out of the way. Mikel Arteta's starting one with Kevin De Bruyne now. Even Granit Xhaka's getting involved. Kevin De Bruyne, a little push on Arteta. And now the Arsenal bench are getting involved. That was good by De Bruyne. A bit of fire, finally. Just shoved Mikel Arteta out the way. So get out the way, Mikel. Well done, KDB. I like it. And De Bruyne talks to the referee, Anthony Taylor, now and tells him what happened there. Arteta, up and down the line. Moaning like he does all game. I don't like Arteta, if I'm honest with you. Didn't like him at all. Mahrez fouled here. Free kick Manchester City. Martinelli can play. Arsenal have this real mentality for moaning about absolutely everything. Mikel Arteta, every decision a referee make is the wrong one. I mean, if you were to see Granit Xhaka, stamp on Erling Haaland on the head when he's on the floor, purposefully, and spit on him, Arteta would moan that it wasn't a red card and the referee's against Arsenal. It seems like everything everything he thinks is against Arsenal, honestly. Free kick Manchester City. Arteta, I'm sure, is moaning on the sidelines. Mahrez and De Bruyne are over this one. Diaz in an offside position, so there's no point crossing it into him. Ball in here. About 3 or 4 Arsenal and City players go down here from pushing, and Tomiyasu lumps it away. Bernardo Silva on the chest. Another way back to Ederson. Anything could happen here. Honestly, if Arsenal were a person, they look like Bruno Fernandes. That is exactly it, Oliver Sherlock. You've nailed that. Nailed it. They are, aren't they? Mahrez offside here. You've absolutely nailed it. They are. The club, the team on the field is Bruno Fernandes. They moan and moan and moan, and they surround the referee and moan. Walker, well done. Mahrez, forward! Oh, Mahrez goes backwards. Jeez, can we not pass forward? What is going on? Ruben Diaz for Manchester City at the back line. Diaz, still Diaz. Into Ake, sideways. Ake backwards to Rodri. Rodri still. Rodri backwards to Ake. Ake slightly forwards to an Arsenal player. Well done. So the first time we pass forward, it's away Arsenal's way. Ødegaard dribbles it out of play. It's a throw in City's way, and Arsenal moan again. They want a free kick, Arsenal. If you breathe an Arsenal player, it's a foul. Bernardo Silva just pulls the shoulder of Ødegaard. And Ødegaard's off balance here. He wants a free kick. It was a naughty one from Bernardo Silva. Rodri switches the play out to Riyad Mahrez under pressure from Zinchenko. Mahrez, kick by Zinchenko. Mahrez, still. Back he goes to Kyle Walker. And on to Ruben Diaz. Rodri, turn. Bernardo Silva, forwards. Bernardo. I tell you, Bernardo Silva's absolutely doing my head in. Illustrates De Bruyne is losing his passing ability recently. Well, he can't pass forward, De Bruyne, can he, at the moment? Cannot pass forward. Neither can Bernardo Silva. And when he does, he just lumps it forward and just expects Haaland to transform into a mystical being and get in the end of it. I mean, what does he expect Haaland to do? I really am frustrated with Bernardo Silva. Saliba. Still Saliba, under pressure from Haaland. Forward by Saliba. Great pass by Saliba. Diaz makes the tackle. Wins the ball. Free kick Arsenal. I think it probably was a foul. But that is the difference between City and Arsenal. They want to play the ball forward and their players want to get on the ball. City don't. Oh my word. You won't guess who's coming on. You will not get... If you can guess who's coming on for Manchester City, you're brilliant. Who's coming on for City? Guess it in the comments. City are making a sub, but who is it? I'm sure Pep Guardiola just gets out a giant wheel of fortune with all the players' names on the bench and just spins it when he decides to make a substitution at the moment. Raymond's quite right. How is Manuel Akanji coming on? What are we doing? Why is Akanji coming on? Oh, shocker by Edison again and straight out for a throw-in for Arsenal. I'm sure Edison's got a red shirt on under that one. Odegaard through to Saka. Chance for Arsenal here. Saka. Saka onto that left foot. Saka into the box too. Jorginho into Nketiah. Can't get the end of it. Palmer, says Rudai. No, Pep Guardiola. I mean, if you think of Pep Guardiola's Wheel of Fortune with all the players' name on it, he's got Palmer on it just once. Just once. Akanji's on it about 30 times, I'm sure. I don't mind Akanji, but it's for Bernardo. Make it a permanent back four and go 4-3-3. What is Edison doing today, says Raymond. I don't know his best Edison impression. Grealish, wide to Mahrez. Completely overhits the pass. Mahrez goes one way, Grealish goes the other. Out for a throw-in. This City side is so bad. It is unbelievable. It's surely going to be Akanji for Bernardo Silva. Surely. If that's what we're doing. I'm putting Ake left back. Walker, ball forward by Kyle Walker. Haaland, a tussle with Gabriel. Haaland taken down the box. It's a certain penalty, and it is a penalty for Manchester City. Have that, Arsenal. Have that, Arsenal. Yellow card for Gabriel. Penalty, Manchester City. Look at the Arsenal players surrounding the referee. Look at the Arsenal players surrounding the referee. Penalty, City. You do not dare overtake this VAR. I think it's a hard one to get. Oh, he's offside. Penalty overruled. VAR offside. Haaland's offside. Haaland is offside. Haaland is offside, everyone. Stand down. Stand down. Absolutely stand down. I'm sure he's offside in the build-up. I'm absolutely sure he's offside in the build-up here. He is. He's offside in the build-up. They won't give it. They won't give. They will not give this. He's offside in the build-up here. No penalty. I'm telling you now. He's offside. Checking goal. Possibly. It's not a goal you're checking, is it? He's offside, Erling Haaland. I'm telling you now. He's offside. Stand down. Absolutely stand down, guys. There's no way City getting a penalty for this. He's offside. They're still looking at it, but I tell you now, he's offside. Stand down. It should be a penalty, but it won't. He's offside. I don't know. They're taking the time. Offside, Erling Haaland. No penalty, offside. What is that joke? He should be off as well, Gabriel, by the way, if that was onside. Haaland offside in the build-up. And Mikel Arteta celebrates it like a goal. And so are the Arsenal fans. I mean, if anything more can go Arsenal's way, it will do. Raymond says he thinks Foden should come on. I don't know what we should do. Whatever happens, Raymond, it's going to go Arsenal's way. It's absolutely, incredibly tipped in Arsenal's favour. It's unbelievable. That's Haaland's fault. He shouldn't be so lazy. Get back on side. Ball forward by Kyle Walker. Oh, Gabriel, get up! Gabriel's now holding his false teeth, false cheekbones and false jawbone. He's worried his hair transplant's falling out and the Brazilian's rolling about the floor because Haaland's touched him. Oh, I think Haaland's pinky might slightly touch the newly chiselled cheekbones of Gabriel. And he's not so happy about it. It's just, if anything can go Arsenal's way tonight, guys, it's going to. I think expect the unexpected. Well, expect the expected, really, that it's going to go Arsenal's way. Gabriel's still down. He's asking the medical staff here. Please tell me the teeth haven't fallen out. And I think they've stayed in, Gabriel. I think you'll be okay. They're checking a possible red card here by Erling Haaland on Gabriel, because apparently he's elbowed him in the face now. Apparently he's elbowed him in the face now, Haaland, so let's see. He's holding his cheek, Gabriel. If it was an elbow, he'd hit the back of his head. Not the veneers, says SC. Well, let's see what VAR decide here. Oh, go on then. Let's play substitution bingo. Manuel Akanji's coming on, but for who? But for who? Riyad Mahrez. Mahrez looks absolutely distraught. Manuel Akanji on for Mahrez. Has he fell out with Mahrez as well, Pep Guardiola? Because every week when he thinks, well, we need to take someone off, he brings off Mahrez. Mahrez off Akanji on. Oh, my word. Oliver's going to go and watch Dortmund, Chelsea. I mean, oh, City, you're in here. Haaland! Haaland! Pass it! What is he doing? What is he doing? I'm sure it's blooming contagious, this passing to the opposition. Rodri. Come on, City. Everything's against you. Show a bit of class. Grealish. Against Tomiyasu. Grealish. Goal kick, I bet it is. Goal kick. Jack Grealish says, I can't say some of the words he says to the referee, but you are something stupid, man. I think Jack Grealish is the ref there. Change allegiance to Solihull Smalls, says Illustrate. Bernardo right wing, says Red-Eye. Yeah. Jack Grealish gets yellow card for moaning. Gee, I cannot believe this refereeing performance is going in the Hall of Shame. Honestly, it will be remembered for years. I've never seen anything like it. I think every City player is going to be on a yellow card here. Grealish gets a yellow card for telling the ref what he thinks of the ref. So Walker's on a yellow card. Grealish on a yellow card. Edison's on a yellow card. Bernardo Silva also on a yellow card. Ball followed by Ramsdale. Off Saka, throwing City, the Arsenal fans. It's a foul! It's a foul, says Saka. He pushed me. But are they giving a free kick? No, it's a throw-in for City. Then why are all the Arsenal players not get booked, says Raymond. Exactly, why did they not all get red cards when they moaned about the penalty? Why not? Because they just don't, would they? Give Saka a yellow too, says Raymond. Exactly, he just moaned at the ref, didn't he, and the linesman. What we need to understand is yellow cards can only go to players in blue kits. If you're in a red kit, then we won't give it you. Unless it's a slightly darker shade of red, like a maroon, like... Oh, it's a red card for Nketiah! He's off! He's off! Studs up on Ruben Diaz. Eddie Nketiah might be off here. Eddie Nketiah just might be off here. Oh, it's a yellow card. Anthony Taylor, he thinks that tackle's as bad as Jack Grealish moaning at the ref. It should be a red card. It's a red card! Nketiah should be off here. Ref gives him a yellow card. Surely VAR check this. We know that VAR will say yellow card and not a red card. If VAR check this, they are no way going to send Nketiah off because he's wearing the wrong colour shirt. But Nketiah should be off here. I can tell you now, if anyone else made that tackle, probably a team in a blue shirt, they'd be off. VAR that one, Anthony Taylor. Where is VAR? Why is VAR not checking that? No, VAR decides they won't check the possible red card on Nketiah. It's just a yellow. I don't know anymore. Diaz sends it long for City. Wide to Walker, Zinchenko down to goalkeeper Ramsdale. And Arsenal are going to come the other way now. Yellow card for Nketiah, no red card. No red card for Nketiah. Stud showing down the shin of Ruben Diaz. No red card, just a yellow card. VAR doesn't even think to check it. Gabriel into Zinchenko. Given straight to De Bruyne out for a throw into Arsenal. I mean, this surely ends in an Arsenal win, doesn't it? This surely ends in an Arsenal win. It just... Anthony Taylor will be getting sacked if it doesn't end in an Arsenal win. If this ends in a City win, Anthony Taylor will be losing, what, 10 grand in his wages? Because there must be something added to it for today's performance. Unbelievable. Zinchenko. Xhaka long. Nketiah. Backing into Akanji. No free kick. How is it not a foul City's way? I don't know. Arsenal on the attack here. Tomiyasu on the overlap. To the far post to Nketiah. Edison misses it. Absolutely flaps at it. There's Edison. And luckily Arsenal don't tap it in. Jorginho through to Zinchenko. And behind for a goal kick. Walker shepherds it out. Nketiah should have made it 2-1 Arsenal there. Absolutely shocking from Edison. I mean, there's a foul on Akanji in the build-up, but we won't mention that. He's offside in Nketiah, I think, anyway. But Edison absolutely flaps at it. Raymond thinks that Alvarez would be a good substitution. He needs enthusiasm. Yeah, I agree with that, Raymond. I think a lot of people agree with that. I don't understand the Akanji substitution, personally. I suppose gone to a back four, maybe. I just don't know. Ball forward to Walker, who's clattered into by Xhaka. And it's not a free kick, it's a throw into Arsenal. Much to the frustration of Kyle Walker and Pep Guardiola on the sidelines. Gabriel. Back to goalkeeper Ramsdale. Realise if it's not so obvious this ref is scripting, the Prem can go and relegate us now. I mean, it's pretty obvious. Good tackle by Diaz. Jack Grealish on the counter for City. Skips past a few challenges. Shoving the back by Saka. It's got to be a yellow card for Grealish. And look at the Arsenal players surrounding the referee, moaning at Anthony Taylor. But it will be no yellow card for Bukayo Saka. Slams into Grealish. Takes Grealish down. But no yellow card for the winger. Just a free kick for City and no yellow card for Saka, who screams in Anthony Taylor's face that he used his shoulder. Illustrates as Bernardo as a left back and right wing today is not working. I tell you what, illustrate, Bernardo in a whole general sense isn't working, is it? Bernardo just being on the field isn't working. But I mean, we've got no other wingers, have we? Phil Foden maybe for Bernardo Silva on that right hand side, maybe. I see a goal here, says Raymond. I hope you're right. Kevin De Bruyne are over it. Ake in there, Diaz at the far post. Haaland goes early. Don't be offside, City. We're offside again. Header! Ramsdale saves! Akanji off the line! Off the line by Jorginho. I think he was offside anyway. You were close, Raymond. Nearly a goal. Saka runs it behind for a throw-in. And Grealish gives him a push on the way through. I think we're offside anyway here. Yeah, Ake's an absolute country mile offside here. So it would have been offside anyway. Akanji with a shot off the line by Jorginho. There's no venom in the shot by Akanji, but the goal would have been ruled out anyway. Xhaka, well done, confident. Back to goalkeeper Ramsdale with the header there. Ramsdale into Gabriel. Zinchenko. Zinchenko gives it away to Bernardo Silva in front of his own box. Haaland! Haaland! Saved by Ramsdale. It's a terrible pass by Bernardo Silva. I tell you what, Bernardo Silva hates Erling Haaland. He hates him with a passion. He absolutely hates him with a passion. Zinchenko gifts a pass to City here. Bernardo's just got to give it into Haaland, and he just toe pokes it 30 yards away from him. Bernardo Silva hates Erling Haaland. He does not like him because he refuses to pass to him. I just don't get it. City gets the chance again, and we mess it up. Zinchenko. Arsenal come the other way. Xhaka. Odegaard for Arsenal in the middle. Here's Saka. Past Rodri. Throws himself to the ground and he's injured apparently. Play on. Get up, Saka. Get up, Saka, you diver. You missed the penalty for England. You think everyone loves you because we were kind to you afterwards. Don't mean you can dive all the time, does it? Saliba. Tomiyasu. Saliba. Ramsdale. Ramsdale looking to go long as he goes short into Odegaard. Gabriel, Saliba. They look exactly like each other, Gabriel and Saliba at times. I can never tell the difference. I get it so wrong on commentary, especially from the distance I'm watching this game. Jorginho, Zinchenko, City are in trouble here. Ødegaard, there's absolutely space all over the place here. Xhaka, City have been opened up here. Oh, shocking ball by Xhaka. His Bernardo Silva impression there. Over it, pass through to Nketiah. I just want to touch on the City chance again, by the way. Zinchenko passed it inside his own box to Bernardo Silva, who stood in it. Bernardo Silva, all he has to do is square it to Haaland, who's got an absolute tap-in. And what does Bernardo Silva do? Just pokes it with the outside of his boot. With the weakest, such a feeble attempt to pass. It was just embarrassing. Embarrassing from Bernardo Silva again. They're taking the time on the goal kick here, City. Fulham himself says a little straight about Bernardo Silva. I agree. I agree with you at the moment. I really agree with that. A lot of people don't see it, but I think Bernardo Silva has become a very selfish player. And I don't want him in the team. Especially on today's performance. Xhaka. Straight back to Rodri. And Rodri back to Akanji. Diaz. Clipped it into Walker. On to De Bruyne. Down to Bernardo Silva, who just gives it straight back to Arsenal. Wins it back again, Bernardo Silva. Ball behind to Haaland. Get going, Erling. Haaland. Gundogan. Grealish. Jack Grealish with a goal. 2-1 Manchester City. Jack Grealish with a goal. And he kicks the boardings. Come on, Jack Grealish. 2-1 City. They better not be an offside in there. Whoa, they better not be an offside in there. 2-1 Manchester City. Jack Grealish with a finish. They better not be an offside in there, VAR. 2-1 Manchester City. What a goal. Come on, boys. Setting to United to play with Bruno, says Illustrate. Wow, when he played that ball through to Haaland, the first time Bernardo Silva plays a ball through to Haaland. Haaland gets on the end of it. You think he's going to sprint through to try and score. Haaland decides totally against it. Great play by City, by the way, here. Bernardo through to De Bruyne. Bernardo picks it up. Through to Erling Haaland, who is onside, by the way. Haaland goes through. He goes into Ilkay Gundogan. Gundogan, lovely clip round the corner. What a finish by Jack Grealish. In the big moments, Jack Grealish has turned up this season. Oh, it's deflected. Let's not mention that. Big deflection from Tomiyasu that takes it round Ramsdale. Big deflection from Tomiyasu that just bobbles it over the arm of Ramsdale. 2-1 Manchester City. Jack Grealish, the £100 million man. He's scoring the big games, hasn't he? Manchester United. Arsenal here today. I'm on the edge of my seat. I need to calm down. 2-1 Manchester City. Big Steve in the audience there, if you know who Big Steve is. Come on, Jack. 2-1 City. Haaland's the complete nine. Someone selfish passed it to Gundogan. He sees... I mean, the vision from Ilkay Gundogan is immense there to find Jack Grealish, by the way. Rodri, good interception in Nketiah. Diaz looks long. We've got, 20 minutes to hold on here. Saliba down to Jorginho. City, let's wake up, boys. Grealish back to Edison. Let's not mess around here. Let's go and get a third and then we can calm down. Oliver Schürrle says, Sue. Zinchenko heads it back to the goalkeeper, Ramsdale. City 2, Arsenal 1 at the Emirates. Come on. Everything is against us today. Absolutely everything is against Manchester City. And they have somehow found a way, but it's far from over yet. Flavia says, come on, boys. We are City, remember there in the comments. One more, 3-1. Come on. Come on, City. Ramsdale. Into Xhaka. Under pressure from Rodri. Intercepted by Kyle Walker to Bernardo Silva. Take it to that corner flag, Bernardo. No, he instead tries to beat a million men and gives it away. Come on, Bernardo. Better. You're so much better than that. Gabriel. Mistake by Gabriel. Jorginho on the edge of his box here. Can't pick it up nearly, City. Nearly. Come on. Saliba. It's only a 74th minute, guys. We need to stay switched on. Nice. City till I die, says SC. A long way to go, isn't the Akanji? Oh, he's been bullied by Nketiah, Akanji here. Saka. Into Xhaka. Xhaka. Good tackle by Ruben Diaz. Absolutely class. But Manuel Akanji. Shocking defending from Akanji. So poor. Pushed over by Nketiah. Ake forward. Referee says no free kick. They play on. Jack Grealish is down. Referee says no free kick. Arsenal play on. Grealish is that guy saying, says Mark Hubert. He is. There's a long way to go. Given away by Arsenal to Ruben Diaz. Diaz trying to beat men. Diaz pulled over. Advantage. No advantage. Free kick Manchester City. 75th minute. Come on, City. What a tackle from Diaz's SC. It was, wasn't it? He went to ground and Xhaka thinks now's my time to shoot. But then Diaz just gets that long right leg out and knocks it out. Trossard is the man who's coming on for Arsenal. But who comes off? It's Gabriel Martinelli. Leandro Trossard, who's got a goal in him. Illustrates as a support winger. Grealish doing very well this season. Passing great, assist great. 3 crucial goals. Exactly, illustrate. I agree with you 100% there. 100%. Diaz doing great since the injury. Raymond says Diaz was a guy with a lot of Diaz love here. Jack Grealish is down for City, and it looks like Phil Foden is coming on for City. But for who? Bernardo Silva or Jack Grealish, perhaps, who's injured? Hopefully not a serious one for Jack. 75 minutes of football played here at the Emirates. What a tackle by Diaz, by the way. What a tackle by Diaz. Sliding in. What a tackle. 2-1. The game is in City's hands now. 75, 76 minutes play. Grealish might get back to his feet, or will he not? We'll have to see. Gabriel. It was a giveaway from Gabriel. Bernardo Silva. Nice weighted pass through to Haaland. First time in Everton. The vision from Ilkay Gundogan to find Grealish that far post. To then put it in. Great finish by Jack Grealish. And he stepped in after, says Raymond as well. He was. Granit Xhaka studs on the toes. Look at the Arsenal fans shouting some nasty things here at Jack Grealish as he walks across the edge of the field. Jack Grealish is off. Phil Foden is on. Well, come on, Phil. Big performance needed from you as well here today. Because he's pretty much lost his place in the starting 11 to Grealish, hasn't he? Come on, Foden, let's get back to some form. Since the World Cup, he's been off. Says Illustrate. You'll have to say, Bernardo Silva's on the right-hand side. Foden's come on this left-hand side. Bernardo lose out to Zinchenko. All the way into Akanji. And Akanji, watch it out for a throw-in. And Arteta gives the ball to Walker. City have 8 attempts on goal, 5 on target. Arsenal have only had 7 attempts on goal, 1 on target. And that was the penalty. Raymond's from Kenya. Well, welcome to the We Are City channel, Raymond. I know, it'd be great to be at the Emirates Stadium, wouldn't it? The atmosphere, I'm sure, is fantastic from in the City end, especially. Zinchenko back to Saliba at the back. Ramsdale to pick out. Back to Ramsdale. William Saliba. Saliba long, straight into Rodri. And Nketiah gets there. Rodri just clips it out to Phil Foden. Good touch by Phil. And then back towards Nathan Ake, pressing from Bukayo Saka. Ake underneath it and wide to Kevin De Bruyne, who takes it down brilliantly. He's got Phil Foden in the overlap. Here's Phil Foden. Foden, crossing here, blocked away, and it's into the hands of Ramsdale. I think Foden should have held on to that one there. The first time cross wasn't the option. Haaland was not in the box. Zinchenko for Arsenal. City have got to keep the intensity on. I'd half think bringing on Alvarez for Haaland here, just to run at this Arsenal defence, just to keep the press on. We don't need to score a goal, we need to prevent a goal. And stopping Arsenal building out from the back would be big. Love to see some Foden magic as SC. A special performance, well maybe we'll see that. And Nketiah's played in against Akanji here. Akanji goes back to Ederson. Ederson, do not mess this up. Long by Ederson. Up towards Phil Foden against Tomiyasu. Pushed by Saliba. Gundogan into De Bruyne. In behind to Phil Foden. Foot race with Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu pulling Phil Foden. Back to goalkeeper Ramsdale. Tomiyasu is deceptively quick actually. Ramsdale. Good footwork by the goalkeeper. Saliba, nice turn. Xhaka. And across to Gabriel. I have to say, bar chance creation, Arsenal have played some really nice, intricate play at times. But they haven't really created many chances. Zinchenko. Zinchenko in behind. Akanji across to Trossard. Leandro Trossard. Back into Xhaka. Rodri intercepts. Akanji dives in. Through to Trossard. Down the box! No penalty. No penalty, says the referee. Should it have been a penalty? I don't think so. Trossard kicks Walker, doesn't he, on the way through? Trossard purposely kicks Walker. Arsenal finding that penalties are their only way. Oliver Schultz is 60% Arsenal possession. Yeah, clearly. I think Arsenal have been the better side on the ball. Diaz long for City. Is Perone eligible for a match yet? Says Illustrate. Actually, Perone's already... Oh, mistake by Arsenal again! And he's given a free kick Arsenal's way. It fell to Haaland, he was through. Saliba made a mistake and the referee gives a free kick. Haaland with a little push on Saliba. Yeah, maybe it is a foul, but it wasn't much of a push. Illustrate, Perone is eligible. He was actually on the bench against Spurs. Walker beats Trossard to it. Rodri. Into Gundogan. De Bruyne. Back to Gundogan, who's not aware of his surroundings there, Ilkay Gundogan. Gives it straight back to Arsenal. Zinchenko. Still Zinchenko. Looking to find that pass, bring the ball forward. Walker's outnumbered 2-on-1 here. Trossard. Walker's asking for some help in behind. Zinchenko. Jorginho, Tomiyasu, Ødegaard. I'm getting worried now. It is certainly pretty worrying times for City now, hanging on. Ball into Nketiah. Kanji uses his strength well. Down to Ederson under pressure from Nketiah. And Ederson picks the ball up in two hands. Ben White, Fabio Vieira. The two changes are going to be made for Arsenal. I assume Tomiyasu will be one of the players coming off. Maybe Nketiah. Saka goes up top. I'm not quite sure. Ederson to take this long. They want a yellow card for Ederson for time waste. Ederson gets underneath it and lumps it long. City sitting back like a Mourinho team, says Raymond. You love to see it. Haaland with a hit. Flick on him behind to Foden, but he can't find him. Back into Arsenal's possession with goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. Sometimes I forget Alex is an Arsenal player, says Oliver. Yeah, I mean, he's a good player, isn't he? Very good player. Gabriel for Arsenal on this left-hand channel. Into Xhaka. Back to Gabriel. City press him. Trossard under pressure from Walker. Great win back by Kyle Walker. I'm applauding him here, sat at home. Rodri. Gundogan. Gundogan. Through to De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne. Into Haaland. Haaland! 3-1 Manchester City. Erling Haaland. 3-1 City. Erling Haaland. 3-1 City. What a goal by Erling Haaland. What a goal by Erling Haaland. Found by De Bruyne. The City fans are going absolutely mad. Gundogan ball through. Haaland scores. 3-1 City. Brilliant from City. Brilliant from City. That's why we're champions, says Andrew. I'm sure that chant will start coming out. City 3. Arsenal, I've turned the clock off. Arsenal 1. What minute are we in? 81st. Brilliant. Brilliant from City. Gundogan plays it through to De Bruyne. Into Haaland, pulled back. Onto the right foot from Haaland. Left foot to right and smashes it in. Brilliant. 3-1 Manchester City. At the Emirates. He's back, says Illustrate. The goal scorer is back. Yes, lad, says SC. Haaland, KDB almost hits, says Flavius. Just the Mahrez you got wrong. Never in doubt, back the top where it belongs, says Linda. City 3, Arsenal 1. Against all the odds today, by the way. Against all the odds, because this referee has been absolutely terrible. 3-1 City. What a goal. Come on. That's what it's all about. Gundogan again with a vision. Gundogan, incredible. Man of the match. Let's keep this intensity up now, City, because Arsenal are going to come for us. Trossard with the ball in behind here. Arsenal a chance. Ødegaard blocked by Diaz. Rodri away. There's going to be an absolute onslaught now from Arsenal. Gundogan wins it off Ødegaard. Back out to Ben White. Ake knocks it away. Ben White again. Ødegaard. Ødegaard. Y2 Trossard. City are in a big trouble now. Arsenal coming forward like absolutely nobody's business. Akanji away. Trossard. Long time to hang on as well, it feels like. As a City fan anyway. Jorginho. Jorginho still. Into Zinchenko. Wide Zinchenko goes to Fabio Vieira. Clipped him. Rodri away. Bernardo Silva can't control it. Behind 4. Throwing to Arsenal. My by Haaland is back. You've got Haaland in your fantasy team. And De Bruyne. Like some people have. Such as myself. Riddau is very close. Zinchenko. Saka. Won back by Bernardo Silva. Bernardo sends it long. Haaland will chase. Gabriel. Arsenal's back line is about 10 yards over the halfway line. They're absolutely throwing it forward now. They've got to, haven't they, really? Ben White. Back to Saliba. William Saliba. Saliba still. Switch of play by Saliba out to Trossard, who's beat Walker to it. A little flick into Fabio Vieira's path on the chest of the Portuguese. Back out to Trossard on his left-hand side. Zinchenko in support. Fabio Vieira. Movement from Arsenal. He's good still. Now worst season, City still top for the moment. Anyway, Ødegaard looking for a pass. Ødegaard gives it straight to Gundogan. Gundogan runs it away from Ben White. Forward straight to Ødegaard. Unlucky Gundogan. Keep it up though, City. Get out to them. Through to Ødegaard here. Ødegaard crossing. Ake misses it. Rodri away. Come on, City. Ben White in the wide area. Back he goes, Ben White. Straight to Haaland. Haaland wins it. Haaland runs Saliba. Haaland Still going here, Haaland. Brilliant from Haaland. Fantastic from Haaland, and wins a throw-in. And Ben White has a go at Erling Haaland. Even a bent ref can't keep us down, says MK. Not wrong. I took De Bruyne out for Mahrez since De Bruyne wasn't scoring. Maybe I need to get him as well as Grealish. I had Grealish in from the start of the season. Oh, City's press has made a mess of it here. Gundogan's lost out to Odegaard, and Odegaard makes a poor pass all the way out for a goal kick. 85 minutes gone here. I've got the wrong time completely. There we are. De Bruyne, what a ball back to Haaland. By the way, the first touch from Haaland, his left foot is fantastic, and the right foot. Listen to the Haaland song all night long, says Oliver Sherlock. Haaland, Haaland. Haaland's there again. What a goal from Haaland. De Bruyne finds him. It's the left. The first touch from Haaland, you think he's heavy, but he sets himself perfectly for the right foot. Off the left, onto the right, and puts it in the bottom corner. It is majestic football, isn't it? And City are 3-1 up here. Foul by Haaland on Gabriel. Free kick Arsenal. 86 minutes played here. Come on. Gabriel into Saliba. Jorginho. There's still, what, 5-10 minutes left of this game. Fabio Vieira runs at City here. Bernardo's got to get back here. Trossard. Bernardo up against him. Trossard. Into Fabio Vieira. Intercepted by Rodri. Kyle Walker away. Gundogan on the edge of his own box here. Gundogan gets it straight back to Arsenal. Come on, Ilkay. Got to be better than that, captain. De Bruyne can't win it off Odegaard. Odegaard slides in. Finds Ben White. White with a shot. Blocked away by big Ruben Diaz. Saka. Nathan Ake across. Bukayo Saka. Still Saka. Ben White in the overlap. Little back heel by Saka, and it goes behind for a goal kick for Manchester City. Well done. And Saka moans at the referee. Oh my word, you won't believe who's coming on. It's another crazy substitution. Calvin Phillips of Manchester City. Let's hope he actually keeps us in here. I always give two seasons to the players' dynamics. I think Grealish will be even better next season. You just might be. Oliver says Erling is 6 goals are breaking the record. Incredible. So Calvin Phillips of Manchester City, but who comes off? It's Kevin De Bruyne. City are going full Mourinho style. De Bruyne with the opening goal. Wonderful. That is a top quality finish by De Bruyne. And he hasn't had a great game, De Bruyne, and he's gotten a goal and assist, hasn't he? And he's instrumental in the other goal as well. He's breaking that record by 15 goals, apparently. The record's 36 as illustrated. I think it's 34 in a 32-game season, but 30... Oh, no. I think it's actually 34. Alan Shearer has it, 34. Callum Phillips is on. Let's hope he does some defending for the team. Walker intercepts it off Nketiah. So throwing Arsenal's way, apparently. Not City's way. 87 minutes gone here. Come on, City. So Calvin Phillips on. To sit in that midfield. And help us hold on. Here is Saliba. Ben White. The Emirates is emptying, by the way. A lot of empty seats at the Emirates. They've gone home. Saka gives it away to Haaland, but only can flick it off his boot there. The pass into Saliba. Zinchenko, Saliba. Trossard. City sitting in their shape here. Zinchenko. William Saliba. Still Saliba. Odegaard. So much space in for Ben White. Odegaard. No pass to him. Jorginho. Ben White. Arsenal trying to find a way through City. Ben White. Ben White still. Flicked into the path of Zinchenko. Fullback to fullback. Zinchenko. No pass forward. He's going to go backwards to Saliba. And back into Gabriel. Come on, City to illustrate. I think Phillips on is a tactical foul, says Raymond. Yeah, I think Phillips is a defensive midfielder, isn't he? So surely he comes and shores things up. Well, this is what happened in Madrid. 3-1, 3-3. We took out De Bruyne for a defender and it was 3-3. Don't remind me of that, Mark Hubert. Crossing for Arsenal here and Nketiah with a header. Oh, and just wide the post by Nketiah. Well, that's Karim Benzema, Mark Hubert. We could see it 3-2 there. I never wanted to remember that game ever again, Mark Hubert, but you've reminded me of it now. Yeah, City did do that. Crossing to Nketiah. Should score. Should score, Eddie Nketiah. It's bad defending by City. It's bad defending by City. We get away with one. Arsenal fans chucking bottles and things at Kevin De Bruyne. Plenty of bottles being chucked at Kevin De Bruyne as he smiles at them and winks at the fans on the way through. Well, that's a bit naughty from KDB there, giving it them back. Arsenal fans chucking bottles and all sorts at De Bruyne, and he just smiles and gives them a wink on the way past. Not one of the bottles hit him, by the way, so They're about as good as Nketiah at shooting on target, clearly. Ødegaard, won back by Haaland. Into Gundogan. Gundogan! Oh, that's a two-footed challenge by Ben White. And Phil Foden goes back through White on the way through. White kicks Foden on the floor. And a free kick Arsenal. I do not like Ben White at all. I mean, he left the England camp because an England trainer said to him he wasn't trying hard enough in training. And he started crying and went home. I mean, that's Ben White for you. Do not like him at all. Or the fact that he lives in North London and he's strangely got the weirdest tan ever. Like he spends every weekend in Marbella. I don't think so. Ben White's in here. Oh, and he can't control it. And it's behind for a goal kick. I was in boarding school for the Madrid game. I couldn't believe when I saw the highlights. It was terrible. Arsenal really missing Jesus right now, and Nketiah cannot aim with his head or his feet to illustrate. I hope that doesn't come back to haunt us and he scores before the end. 5 added minutes, by the way. 5 added minutes. Mark, it's alright. I don't need to apologise, but yeah, I didn't want to remember that game. I did a stream for that game, and I remember it. Haaland into Foden. Foden wide to Bernardo Silva. Bernardo Silva can't control the ball. Dispossessed by Zinchenko. Calvin Phillips back into Bernardo. Bernardo Silva. And he just runs it out of play for a throw into Arsenal. 91 minutes play. We're counting down the seconds. Now, I don't like Ben White as a person, but I do think he's talented. I agree there, Illustrate. He's obviously talented. I don't like him as a person either. I do not like him as a person at all. There's something about his personality that's obviously a problem. Because, I mean, the fact that he left the England camp because someone shouted at him, one of the trainers, I mean... No, he knew he weren't going to get a game anyway. Here is Saliba. Into Jorginho. Out to Ben White on this right-hand side. White. Ben White. His name's White, but he's ironically orange. Trossard. Trossard. Into Zinchenko. Looking for a pass, but Alcelo can't intercept the Trossard. The pass to Trossard. Trossard clips it in. It's over the bar. Did Edison touch it? I don't think so. And it's behind for a goal kick, I think. I don't know why Ryan says, but he still thinks City will score. Well, you were pretty close last time when you said Akanji would score. Or you said that we would score and then Akanji nearly did. Edison doesn't touch that one. It's just over the bar by Trossard. A poor cross. 82 minutes gone. There's going to be an absolute rampage on social media if City win this one. An absolute rampage. They should even be in the Premier League. Are you ready for that one? City 3, Arsenal 1. 92 minutes and 30 seconds of football played. I think there's potential for an England call-up in the future, but Tomori should be called up first as Illustrate. Agreed. Tomori's won the Italian league, hasn't he, with Milan. I can't believe he never got called up for the World Cup, personally. Tomori. Well, Kyle Walker got a shaky start to the game. He's actually been pretty solid in the second half, really. Jorginho back to Ramsdale. City sit in their shape. Gabriel. Gundogan and Phillips sit in front of holding midfielder Rodri. Gabriel. Jorginho. Zinchenko. Zinchenko still. Fabio Vieira under pressure from Walker. Bernardo Silva. Sliding challenge from Bernardo Silva. Walker takes the foul from Trossard. Free kick Manchester City. Very clever from Kyle Walker. Arsenal, of course, are moaning the sidelines. But, you know, you've got them all game. I don't go to Twitter after City or Arsenal games to illustrate. I mean, Twitter's a bad one. The Arsenal fans will be on there. But the meltdown will be real. Akanji long for Manchester City. Gabriel heads it out. Zinchenko keeps it in. Phillips beats Jorginho to it. Phillips keeps the press going for City. Saliba. Foden pressing also. Zinchenko. Down the line and in behind to Nketiah, and a good win by Manuel Akanji, who heads it away. Jack Grealish there. Saying someone's got hold of his shirt. I don't know what it is. Jack Grealish having a laugh with his assistants on the sidelines. Chelsea's happened to Arsenal, says Lloyd. Maybe. Ball forward. Akanji beats Nketiah in the air. Phillips beats Ødegaard to it. What a challenge by Calvin Phillips. That's more like it. Foden into the path to Ilkay Gundogan. City could go again here. Gundogan. Gundogan. Foden bursting forward. Gundogan. Down the box. He should have passed to Haaland. Haaland goes and wins it off Saka. Tackle by Saka. Throwing Manchester City. And Haaland celebrates in front of the City fans. Haaland celebrates in front of the City fans. What a man. What a man. Taylor's not getting his pay today, says Ridai. He's not, is he? Anthony Taylor's getting fined after this performance because City are 3-1 up here. Ilkay Gundogan got stood in the hand then. I think he's going to be okay. City swap throw-in takers and they take the time. 94 minutes and 45 seconds played of the 95 minutes. Ball forward to Phil Foden. Foden shrugs off Jorginho. Foden doesn't go for goal here. Foden. Saka makes the challenge and it's a corner, Manchester City. And City are going to toy with Arsenal in the corner flag now. We've got to be careful because we're going to face City yet. So we've got to be careful. We've got to... Oh, it's full time. It is full time. Manchester City go and get 3 points at the league leaders Arsenal. 3-1. Haaland, De Bruyne on the score sheet. I can't remember who scored the other one. Who scored the other one? Was it a double for Haaland? Who scored the other goal? I've got amnesia. I've enjoyed that game too much. I can't remember. City 3, Arsenal 1 at the Emirates. City are, on goal difference, top of the Premier League table. On goal difference. Arsenal have still got a game to go. Haaland is absolutely loving it. We'll lead the table against this Lloyd. Come on, lad, says Oliver. Student never defeats the teacher, says Raymond. Well, clearly not. Not at the moment anyway. City have still got to face Arsenal at the Etihad. Aymeric Laporte looks a bit disappointed on the sidelines to not be involved today. Jack Grealish. A little hug for Bukayo Saka. Diaz and Haaland are embracing each other. The passion from Haaland and Diaz is fantastic. Flavius, you were right. A 3-1 prediction. Congratulations, that was perfect. Love the passion. Thanks to the commentaries, MK. Thank you very much for joining us. So our next game, Bernardo Silva and Haaland are smiling and hugging each other. What's going on? They play like they hate each other. Tell them to investigate that, says Redite. All smiles from Jack. Jack Grealish scored, of course. Jack Grealish scored. It was a brilliant goal. Oh, and Jack Grealish is saying to the City fan with, "Can I have your shirt, Jack? Here you go. Come down here." A girl in the audience there. Her dad lifts her over the stands and over the seats so she can get a shirt from Jack Grealish. Brilliant from City to go on and win that. Thanks, Jack. Jack Grealish all smiles. What a goal. Haaland, what a goal. Honestly, if that doesn't make you weak, I don't know what will. Manchester City are back in action this weekend. Are they? Is it this weekend? The City are back in action? And I think it's another live stream from me right here on the We Are City channel. Because Manchester City play Nottingham Forest away from home this weekend. I will be live on the channel again for a live commentary of that game, which you will be here for. Raymond says, do you know Kenya, the country? Of course I know Kenya, Raymond. In Africa. I'm sure a wonderful country, although I've never been there. We can end the votes, so 70% of you guys are right. Flavius was perfect with the score prediction. A few of you were right with the goal prediction, apart from Jack Grealish. Thank you very much for being part of the We Are City channel today and tonight for this game. Manchester City are top of the table on goal difference. City go away to Forest the weekend. We'll be live again on the channel for that game, and we'll be live again the Wednesday after, because Manchester City are there in the Champions League against RB Leipzig. Absolutely fantastic. I can't believe we've done it. I can't believe we beat Arsenal. There's more to go yet. Long season. But thank you to City for making the rest of our week until the Forest game, where I've got to go and do it again. We'll see you all. Thank you, everyone, again. We'll see you all next time. Do like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new, because that makes a big difference. And only a few days till City are in action once more.